Hello everybody, gamers, fantasy lovers, and adventurers at heart. My name is Colton Wagner, and this is Dawn World, a group of friends who, like yourselves, enjoy epic adventures, fantasy stories, and have a love for tabletop role-playing games. I don't really have anything by way of announcements for this week other than I hope that everybody had a good and safe Merry Christmas and that you had a safe New Year as well. But we are back at it once again here after the holidays, so hopefully everybody had a good holiday with friends and family and had a safe holiday as well. So with that said, let's jump into this week's episode of Dawn World. Alright, so last time you guys were returning from a adventure to a ziggurat that you guys were following Baron Herschel and a band of orcs, and you followed him down into the ziggurat. You fought Herschel and his associates and the orcs, and some eye creature as well that was with Herschel. And you guys explored a little bit of the ziggurat as well, the areas that you guys didn't get to explore when you were chasing after him. And afterwards, you returned to King's Harbor to basically hand him over to the authorities. And you were given a bit of a timeline of you had a couple days before really needing to head out for anything, or at least that's the timeline that you guys set for yourself. So a total of 3 different days were spent there at King's Harbor. Some things that you guys decided to go, just so everybody watching the video knows kind of what transpired during those 3 days as you guys were talking to me and telling me kind of what you wanted to do during those days. But you guys ended up setting up a meeting with Suna and the sisters to basically give her the compass that you guys found on Herschel's ship and give it to her so that she might be able to find what island this goes to and where it takes someone to. So you used Farsight on Suna, found out where she was, teleported there and gave her the compass, and she is actively following that and searching that during those days. As well, you guys did some research into the past to try to find out more about this crown that was broken into pieces and where this other person that possibly was guarding another piece to the crown that you found the letter in that living space in the ziggurat. So you did some research to see if there was an area that kind of would fit what you read in the letter, and did some research on that area, which you guys came to think that it would be Dragon's Reach, which is up and on the northeastern side of Ifazera, at the very far northeastern side. So you guys also learned through this research that there was a dragon attack supposedly on the region, and because of that you guys went around and got some items to possibly deal with a white dragon, and some of the party also got some items to beef up their survivability for not being hit as much and increasing their TR. You guys attended the actual trial for Herschel as well, and got to ask him some questions and try to figure out some information possibly into this organization that he was part of. He was helpful in some answers and less helpful in others. But some answers were given, but at the same time it was kind of irritating as well. There was also Sybil and Torvine using Farsight on various different individuals during this 3-day period, some of which were members of this organization that you guys have stumbled upon and have been linking to various different events across Praxis and Ifazera. Torvine specifically, looking into some of these individuals, actually got to see a bit of a meeting of the leaders and their, I guess you could say, their right hands, so to speak. But wasn't able to see the entire meeting, but basically got to see all of them in one location meeting up for something. Let's see. During this time also, there was some discussion with Isaac, as well as talking to some of Sybil's family, and talking to different friends that the party has made along the way, setting up this safari that keeps getting put off for going on this hunt for the Draco Rex, but basically informing everybody of the now pushing back even farther timeline of when this safari might be taking place. Other than that, unless I'm missing something, during this time as well, the cure for Vela Morbis was given to McClure while he was at the prison, or in prison, there in Morningdale. I did have Sybil rule for something when this was administered, and she said that she wanted to watch and basically see anything that happened after it was administered, which that's basically where it left off. I didn't really give her a description of what transpired, but there was a rule that was needed for it. So I will just let you guys know what happened, and she can kind of go back through the video here and watch this. But essentially, when the cure was given to McClure, there wasn't really any signs or differences to anything or to his behavior. But as time went on, it seemed he went into a shaking fit, as if he's going through like withdrawal. And it got pretty violent to the point where it was Sybil is thinking maybe someone needs to go in and like hold him down, or help him in some way. But it, just as quick as it came up, it stopped, and he was motionless on the floor, and was that way for probably what seemed like a good long while, but no longer than a minute or so. And
Did someone check to see if he was still alive or something?
Well, that's
Okay.
to the point where someone went in to the cell to see if he was actually alive, and as they were checking, he breathed in and his chest rose, and he survived.
And then he bit him.
No, but he is now cured of his Valemortis. But there is a % chance that he either dies or isn't cured. So, but she rolled just under what needed to be done for him to be
Sounds
cured.
about right.
So, cool. But other than that, I believe that is everything that. Just a brief overview of what you guys were doing.
Don't we hear the what the council has done for Herschel? What his sentence is?
Oh, it's a life sentence of being in prison at this point for him murdering and planning to overthrow the city and the Duke and everything. Yeah, it's a life in prison.
I'm just saying the group.
Yeah.
Doesn't know that.
No, he was found guilty. I mean, he wasn't fighting any of the charges or anything like that. He essentially was telling everybody and telling you guys that you don't know who you're messing with and you don't know what's coming and you're not going to be able to stop it. That's essentially most of his answers during the trial. But he wasn't really fighting any of the accusations.
Okay. And he's gonna be held where?
Right there in Kings Harbor.
Kings Harbor?
Yeah.
Maximum security?
No. Well, it's just in the regular prison, but
Is that
they have
maximum?
different layers. No, they have different layers to the prison there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But if it becomes an issue where they think that it's going to be something that they need to send him somewhere else, then they will do that, and they will have him go to what we would consider like a black site, where it's a prison, but type deal.
He gets forgotten about.
Yes.
Okay.
The Duke
It's
doesn't
their
really
ruling.
like him that much. At
I
this
hope
point.
not.
So,
Yeah, my son bugged me too, so I understand. No.
you guys also talked to Durik and found out his understanding of the layout of Cossidon's mansion there on Ephazera and Tethris. You did get a layout of what he knows and remembers and was allowed to be in or saw of that estate. Or at least a mansion that Cossidon lived in. The quarters of where he and the others like him that were sent to various different areas or to be part of different businesses or organizations, they had a separate building that they lived in.
Oh, we have a picture of that too?
No, but it's not on that.
But
Because
this is where he's been
that-
in this
In
building.
Cossidon's living
How many floors
space,
is
it's 2 floors.
that? And what floor? He was only on the bottom
That's
floor?
the ground floor.
He was never anywhere else?
No.
What was his business over there? What did he do in the building? Why was he there? So what was his business?
He only ever went in there if he was called upon to go in there to speak to Cossidon or to speak to someone else.
So he was a courier. He was asked to go in here and either to give information or whatever.
Not necessarily to give information, but it would be if Cossidon wanted to speak to him directly or wanted to speak to a group and he was part of that group, to go over something.
Okay,
or
so
to
these
go
are
over
just
the
areas
plan,
where he had
or-
access to.
Yes.
Okay.
Or we're at like the one spot here where it's the hallway
Yeah.
and here. He did not go in here, but
Mhm.
this is where, if you remember him discussing with you guys him looking down a hallway and
Yeah.
seeing
Okay.
Cossidon there with the Palantir
Yeah.
on a desk. This
Yeah.
is where he was going down the hallway and saw
Is that the,
Cossidon in there.
and is that the representation on top of the table where he saw the Palantir?
Yes. And he knows that the stairs are there because he has gone down that hallway.
So what's that room behind it? With the desk, with the chairs?
This?
Yeah.
This is a deck. So you have like a mini like garden thing to walk around, or
So that's
so
a
this is
connection to
deck
the outside.
On the outside.
That's
yes.
outside.
Yes.
But it's directly behind it,
Yes.
structurally.
Yes.
So he doesn't know when you first walk in from the deck, from the grass to the right, he has no idea what that looks like?
No.
He never looked that direction. There's no wall there.
He never entered into this room.
No, your finger, go up higher. Yeah. Yeah, that dark area.
This area here
Yeah, because
is all part of this room in here, but there's a wall right here.
oh, there is a wall there.
Yes.
Okay, because there's no
Because
wall.
there's two chairs there,
Yeah,
and
I don't
there's
see
a wall right there.
Yeah, I didn't see a wall there. It just looks like empty and it's black.
Yeah. No,
So-
and this is a wall. This is the outside wall, and then that's the outside wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't see the outside wall from outside?
He did.
I
It's
see.
just
Okay.
where the
All right. Okay.
box was that I put there.
Okay.
Covered it. That's all.
I don't know where people move their eyes. Okay.
It does.
But he knows.
He was averting his eyes at that.
He knows the inside here, which this is a paddock for different horses that they would use to go through town or things like that.
Stable.
And if you were going to use something, you had to go in here and talk to someone to let them know that you were taking a horse.
And these are
or
steps that
whatever.
go upstairs.
Yep. Well, these are steps here that go into the office, and then there was a records room back in here, and then this hallway, which he never went up to the top of the steps, but he knows that there's stairs.
So the first floor was raised from there? There's steps to walk up to it.
Let me get the actual.
Because so everything we see the picture is the raised area where you go up steps into the building. It's not flat with the floor, you had to step up. So there's a crawl space underneath there. If you have to go up steps.
Just in case.
Right, Kevin? If you have to go up steps, steps go over air. So underneath it,
Yeah,
there's a crawl
usually.
space.
Or a little boy living in
So the stairs essentially go up, and there's
Mhm.
a walkway that goes around the top of the steps. If that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Like a balcony kind of that goes around those green steps. They go up straight towards the wall, and then there's a walking path that goes to the left and right, and then there's a balcony that goes around. It's not there in the picture because he never went up the steps, but you would be able to see that there's like a cutout there.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about these steps in the hallway.
The green steps, yes.
Well, green doesn't help me.
Yeah, the green.
Yeah,
steps.
I'm not talking about those steps.
Which steps?
I'm talking about the steps next to the stable.
Yes, those lead up to
Yes, the
like,
first floor.
It's like two steps that lead up onto like a mini porch that there's a door, and then there's the
Mhm.
office with the desk and whatnot. And there's technically a roof over that as well.
But
over
there's
the
no
steps.
second floor over it, though.
No. Over the stable.
Looks like a tacked on
This is
roof.
essentially what the outside looks like. The outside of the building.
You want
From an aerial view.
We don't have that. Oh, I'm upside down. I'm right side up. Because this is the outside there, so that's a small
Yeah,
roof
it's just
above
like a
it.
small roof above the
Ah,
stairs.
see.
That's it.
Okay, see, yeah, this is good. Now we have that. Because that's outside. Okay. We'll
There
have to go to
is
that.
above. I mean, you guys wouldn't know this and whatnot, and he wouldn't know what's up there. But technically, over part of the office and whatnot, there is a room above that. But where that roof is that you can see that goes over the steps, that basically just covers the steps. It reaches over it a little bit, but not
Like a lot of
much.
the houses up in the attic, they angle and then.
Yeah.
You want to look at that, Ken?
Sure.
It's pretty. Don't worry, Murray, it's coming your way. You'll be able to.
Eventually.
So you can be up here?
It's flat.
Yeah, if you can get up there.
Well, his
Oh,
sharpshooters
there's no
are there.
access to it.
No roof access.
No hatch. You know those old houses? They have usually a door to go up there, and they have railing around a flat
Yeah.
spot on the roof.
Bing, bing. Now we know. This is what the roof looks like.
So if you ever have to shoo birds away, now you know where they can hide,
Land your helicopter.
or your drone.
Or something.
Land your Derek.
Send him up there. But he's a good sniper.
Used with an oil derrick.
Yeah,
The type that just keeps nodding yes
yeah.
and digging a hole.
Diggy hole.
I'm a dwarf.
He's a
And
dwarf.
I'm
I dig
digging
it.
a hole. A diggy hole. Nothing like coming in to something
And going,
like that.
what is going on?
Just setting the tone.
Nothing to see here.
It's a great thing to do.
I hope we hear her louder than that next time.
Is your volume all right?
Well, that's to receive.
There we go.
Well, maybe we don't want it now. Counting your money? Like Scrooge McDuck over there, counting your money. Oh, Marie, did you want to take a picture of this map that he gave us? And
She
does
already
Kimberly
has
already
it.
have this?
I put it in the
It's
I
in the
put it
group
in the
chat.
chat.
Ah,
It's the
okay.
same one he sent
So
last
she
time.
would she
Okay.
would have it.
So she, yeah, I don't know if she saw it. Okay, alright.
So that is the floor plans that you guys have
Alright.
for the Cossidon Mansion.
I guess the first thing at hand then, we would see if Carl would like to see about getting Oak back.
Now there are two, bro.
Oh,
He doesn't hear you right now, but you're still in pain and
I'm still
wailing.
mourning.
Yeah, you're mourning.
Yeah.
But you don't have to mourn so long if you make a decision.
It's tradition.
Well, that's true. Can we put a black veil over her?
I have a ruby the size of a bowling ball. I take it out. Now what?
In the temple, we will be able to find a priest who has the favor of the Creator that can do these things,
Sound of shuffling footsteps begins.
and that would be where your price for the miracle to be able to be performed.
Shuffling footstep noises.
Okay.
So
We make it to the temple.
to the temple to ask
Anybody
the
here?
priest that's able to perform such a miracle.
Arlen is currently busy, but Nina
Get
is
on
able
busy.
to help you guys. This is the female gnome that you guys have seen a couple times there at the
Entranceway.
desk.
Yeah, I do remember her.
But she takes you into a room very similar to where people go to break items and whatnot. But takes you into a room and like that. It's a little bit different, but puts Oak in the middle there and essentially takes the gem from Kara,
The loved one.
and
It's heavy.
essentially closes her eyes and bows her head for a minute and mutters a few things, asking the creator to give her strength to be able to do this and whatnot, and give her strength and the ability to, and thanks him for the ability to even do this or try it or something. And then asks you if there's anything that you would like to say. Or anything that you would like to ask the creator.
Final words.
No, well, it kind of is,
Life
but this is
for a
you
life.
pleading to the
Dust
creator
to dust.
to bring this
Fur to
creature
fur.
back. So this is
It's a
her
petition.
asking you for your petition because this is your animal. This is your buddy, so to speak.
Okay.
So
Well, we were grateful for the time we had with him. But we want more time. There. How's that go?
you're petitioning to the creator to bring someone back.
Uh-huh.
How would you do that?
Well, seeing as I've never done this before,
We usually don't either. These are hard times.
dear Creator, we plead with you for the regifting of this gift that you have already gifted us. We believe it can still be of some use. Thank you.
Okay, can you roll a percentile die for me?
Just one or two.
Roll persuasion.
One or two.
Well, it's a percentile, so it's in both d10s.
Deception.
25.
Okay, roll a d20 for me. This is for charisma as well.
8.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. So a few moments
Somehow we're
pass,
convinced too.
and Nina essentially adds in on top of what you have said. The Creator, we ask that we know that you are the giver of life, and that without you, life would cease to exist. We ask that you give back the life that was taken from this creature, that it may go on and help this group of friends. And a few moments pass where silence is there and you could hear a pin drop. And nothing seems to have changed, but then
Until.
suddenly you see the chest cavity of Oak rise and begin to breathe once again.
Oh, he's snoring. He's just asleep. It's
And
okay.
he kind
He's
of
not
opens an
even
eye and blinks a few times and looks over at you and lets out like a he's stiff and in pain, but
Of course, he was a
alive for now.
stick. For now. Thanks for that
So,
vote of confidence.
Oak is now at 1 life point.
Oh no! No boss.
So don't drop them.
We're still dragging him
But he
everywhere.
is alive.
Fun Paw.
Well, if he just had one life point, I would like to walk up and I would like to give him comforts of longevity, of giving him some life points.
Go ahead and
So,
roll. You're gonna mark this down for Oak and how much he gets healed.
Well, I hadn't changed this sheet earlier, so.
Well, he's gonna have whatever he gives him, and then he's gonna have 1 on top of it.
Oh no!
So,
That's
what's
what
wrong
we
when
get
they'll
for
sleep?
miracles.
He's gonna hang out for a while.
That's what we get for miracles. What?
Oh,
you brought something back from the dead. That's not gonna just. Oh, you're 100% now.
Well endowed Bible! When Jesus brought people back from the dead,
All
they
right,
were 100% all the
because of the ring, that's 30 points back to him.
31. So he's at a third.
Max was 32, but I rolled a 4.
Oh, how could you?
I know, I was slacking.
Oak will never forgive. At least now I don't have to drag him anymore.
Yeah, like one of those raggedy
Because my
Ann dolls.
shoulders were
Yeah.
starting to get a little
Oh.
concave.
It's definitely all about Cara.
All right.
That is finito. Welcome back, dude.
Slap him on the back. He passes out.
Immediately gets on his back. Giddy up.
That's the best I remember.
He also does have points of exhaustion because of being dead and being brought back.
Sound like you're describing me as a teacher. Has points of exhaustion because of being
It
dead.
essentially means that he has minuses to attacks and ability checks and saves.
Okay.
So now's the time to pick on him.
So, are you gonna tell me what those minuses are, or no?
The minuses to attack are a -4.
Okay. What are we doing?
We just, we just raised the
Right in the
oak
back.
back to the living.
For saves and ability checks, it's a -6 because it's like doing a check for like a non-weapon ability or whatever, but you don't have the ability, so it's -6.
Mm-hmm.
Once he rests for a full rest, it will then go down to just 1 point, but he has 2 right now.
2 points of what?
Exhaustion.
Alright.
So when he rests for rest, he'll have 1.
And take one away.
And that will do what to the...
It just makes it so
attack
that
and
the
save?
attacks and ability checks have the minuses.
Less of a minus?
No, same minuses.
Even when he is over his points of exhaustion.
Yes. And then once he rests again, then he will be fine.
That's what I was trying to find out.
He has to
is-
rest twice before.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find out.
The only other way is by getting some kind of supernatural potion that gets rid of exhaustion.
Restoration.
Which I think a potion of
We need-
vitality does that as well.
We need the heart-shaped
But
herb.
it's not worth it right now.
We need the purple heart-shaped herb. and
Raylock
Black
has one of those
Panther the
every meal.
bear. Now I've got a vision of Oak in a Black Panther suit. It's interesting.
You can get a big red wagon and pull
A big red wagon.
him.
Why does it have to be red?
That's tradition. She's big on tradition.
Symbolizes blood and life.
And the gem that was
The
sacrificed.
bowling ball.
That is no longer around.
Yes,
Yes.
the gem is no longer around.
It sank into
It
his
is
life force.
Gone.
Nice thing about it, it's no longer a talking point.
True.
But it had
Are
its
you
purpose.
saying I had too many talking points?
No, I think it was
Kevin's like, "What are you
transferred
gonna
over
say?"
to your
When did
bear
we
now.
last bring up the gem?
When we talk about finances.
They're always just like, well, someone has a bowling ball.
That she's never used, yeah. But now she has. You know, it's a very noble
I was
cause.
waiting for the proper time to
Hey.
pull a strike.
That was essentially
You did.
me giving you guys something in case something did happen,
Mhm.
and you and I didn't mean to like kill somebody off. I was like, oh, we have a gem.
Well, you did it.
Thing is, though,
That was essentially what that was for.
I could never use it for myself.
Well, why'd you have to make it so pretty? It was harder to part with it.
Well, he wanted it to be super heavy and unwieldy and bulky to symbolize.
Okay,
The
so
burden
I
of
would like to
The
drop
burden
it on
of
the
life.
bad guy's foot.
ow.
Ka-thunk. Just don't drop it on towards
All
the
right,
head.
so where are we off to now?
Messy, messy.
Oz.
To home. To nap.
Oh, you want to go to, was it Whetstone?
No. I'm joking.
No, you're not.
You're right. I seriously would love a nap. I had 2 cups of coffee and they're already wearing off. I might have to make more. Colton's like, no! Not this again. You get one version of me. You decide which version.
Okay.
Too much of me or not enough?
There it is.
There's coming to 2.
All right.
I think I hear chants.
No, I think that was a door.
Yeah, it's a door.
Like a cabinet door.
Definitely was chants.
No. Kid would never step on his tail like that.
Maybe he's just excited to see her.
Maybe he ran away.
Maybe that too.
He did that once.
Maybe he was scared and ran away.
From Kim or from you?
Yeah.
From
There is
fireworks.
now no
From
chance.
fireworks. Okay,
When
that's
he
understandable.
was young, and he came back the next morning. So
Yep.
we thought he was gone for like forever.
There was
We
no
couldn't find him
chance
at all.
until
Mm-hmm.
he got back to life.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Eyebrows. Back to life. I can make that face too.
All right, are you with us, Kim?
Yeah, I just don't know what you're doing. or
Yeah,
what's
good.
happening.
You're not
Good.
the only one.
We just finished
What day
bringing
is
Oak
it?
back to life.
I mean, good. That's great. What day is it? What's happening? Are we already done or not done? I don't know.
That's the
This
only
is
thing we've
after
done.
the 3 days that you guys spent in
Okay,
King's
okay.
Harbor.
After.
Yes.
This is day 4.
Yeah, we're into day 4, right? Is that
Yes,
what-
this
okay.
is into
And
day
here he explains about McClure. He is now cured.
You can watch the beginning. You can watch the beginning of the video to find out the
How
explanation.
it
that I
transpired.
gave.
Okay. Great. I will do that.
Sounds like a plan.
Did we get information on the Dragon Breach from our study yesterday?
The blah blah from yesterday?
I believe I sent that all to you guys.
You did not send me what I actually learned. You said you know everything and this, and then the this part was empty. So I was waiting for you to.
Sticky notes. Oh, the web that we weave. Because now we have to find a way to get up to that.
Sorry, I'm
Dragon
sorry. I
No,
was
you're
gonna message you, but I didn't want to like pester you about it.
No, pester, always pester. That's how we get
I
things.
don't like to pester.
I know, but this guy's pesterable.
I feel like a bother when I pester.
Well, you are, but you need to pester anyways. We've had this conversation.
Yeah,
Doesn't make it any
like the
easier.
answer.
I know. It doesn't make it any
No.
easier. Yeah. Some people are just made for abuse. Like weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
I'm
I'm glad
trying
I'm not
to
the
find
only
the
person who
message
posts
of
that.
where I sent that.
I've tried to find those.
Mm.
So are we in Kingsford right now? Is that right?
No.
We are
Or
not
we're in
before the...
King Harbor?
Yeah,
Well-
King's Harbor, because we just
Where
raised
are
a
we?
bear.
Yeah.
King's Harbor. Okay. I just need clarification.
Yeah. We are in the harbor of the kings.
Because despite knowing what's going on, I don't know what's going on.
It's okay.
Well, you're up to speed now, except for the information you just asked, and then we're good.
We didn't
Wait.
really start until later than we usually do anyway. So
Yeah, you didn't miss
we
anything.
didn't cover much.
I mean, the resurrection of a bear is kind of cool.
Okay. Because, to my knowledge, we've asked about if anyone knew anywhere closer than Elder's Reach.
Location.
I didn't hear about that either, which would determine our next step, I think, also.
Because then we could use that person to get us closer, and then we could do our thing.
Yeah.
To go towards Dragon Reach. So we can be abused by a dragon.
Yeah, so we can get to our death faster.
Yes. Well, at least it'll probably be a slow death for us all. That's when it's most enjoyable.
I mean, we swiftly approach a swift death. I don't feel like that's super
No,
awful, right?
that's not fun at all.
We at least don't have time to feel like, man, what a silly decision I made. And there's no time for that. You just start going.
No, I like to have a long and positive battle. Because
I
then,
don't think
then you,
Sybil's ever
then
been
you
good
can
at being
fool
positive.
yourself through the whole battle. I like that, thinking that we can do it and then find out you were wrong and then you die.
That's not something Sybil's good at.
Yeah. She's good at failing? No.
Yep.
Well, that's all right. The leader is gonna take care of everything for you guys to continue.
Yes, you're right. Sure does.
I can always hire more hirelings.
You could.
Wait, you're paying us?
No, I have to get more hirelings
Oh. Oh.
to replace those who failed
Torline's
me.
like, hold the phone,
Okay.
hold the phone. I mean, hold the sending stone. Hold the
Yeah,
sending
that's
stone.
what I was hearing. I was like, wait
No.
a second. You're saying we're missing out on something.
Because I don't have the coin for that. That is not what I did with my money.
I'm trying to find the information that I gave you before I.
Deleted it and typed over it? Oh boy.
No, because I said that you got that it was the same information, only there was new information. I'm trying to find.
Same and new.
I'm trying to find
Yeah.
the first set of information that I sent.
Oh, even the original. Interesting. It's a good time for a shawarma right now. Yep. Actually, it's a good time for me to throw this out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hang on. My chance of encountered other living beings.
So where is? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys knew that from what Durek told you about the region that is now known as Dragon's Reach. You were told by him that it was originally not called Dragon's Reach.
Okay.
It was called Kazazar, and it was a. Let me find it here so I can.
Right, that's the information that Durot gave us, right?
Yes. All in that previous. Yeah.
I'm my notes, he was just giving more.
He essentially said that he's never actually been to the eastern side of Ifazera. And he said about where he lived, and then he said about Dragon's Reach. He said that pretty much any Dusk Dwarf that you were asked on Ifazera would know, or in Sindaxia would know about Dragon's Reach. It was originally the city of Khazad-Zar, the wealthiest and most prosperous of all the cities in Sindaxia. However, near the start of the Fourth Age, a large white dragon set its sights on the city and took it as its own. Attempts were made later to retake the city, but no one ever returned from those attempts. Centuries later, reports were given of sightings of multiple white dragons in the region, but none of those reports were ever confirmed. The only thing known for sure...
Without a volleyball.
The only thing known for sure is that after the centuries of failing to retake the region, and the region continuing to stay as a desolate, frozen wasteland, many believe the dragon still lives. Thus, the region was thus renamed Dragon's Reach.
Ah, they're probably all dead by now.
And on top of that, I mentioned that Sybil would know, along with Torvine, from their education. Let me find it here, so I don't give you incorrect
You better had a good teacher.
The average dragon does not live more than 1,500 years. So really, there is only two options possible for a dragon still existing in Dragon's Reach to keep the region staying that frozen wasteland. One, it's not the same dragon, but it's the same type of dragon, but not the same dragon that originally overthrew the city and took it. Or perhaps, it's not the same dragon, as in it's a different dragon, or perhaps an offspring. Or option two, something unknown has enabled the dragon to not age as normal, and it is the same dragon.
Well, that sounds made up. That'll never happen.
Or the other. So the additional information that you guys would find was more along the lines of white dragons in general. That from what Sybil was saying, you guys were doing preliminary research on the region, and then also white dragons in the Slayer's Hold to see what information they had on white dragons.
Dragons have changed over the years.
Correct. But you would basically find out more information from the Slayer's Hold about white dragons. They are way more primal than most of the other dragons. A lot of times they're considered more animalistic, I guess you could say, than the other dragons. Not to say that they don't have ambitions and things like that, but compared to some of the other dragons, they're
more barbaric.
not. Yes, they're more.
Greylock.
Yes.
Oh, we got this.
Also, they tend to,
10 minutes later.
based off of like the region and everything that they live in, there tends to be signs, which makes sense of the region surrounding the mountains there being cold. They tend to burrow into wherever they're going to be living, and it is encased in ice, and the entire terrain is covered in ice, essentially, where they make their living space. You also know that as the dragon gets older, they definitely become more powerful, and are more deadly the longer that they live. Between all the dragons are tameable if you are able to get them whenever they are young and be able to train them. But out of all of the dragons, white dragons are one of the most common that wizards will, or followers of the deceivers will take when they are young, or take the eggs if they are able to, and then raise the dragon, and then eventually they have that dragon as a weapon that they can wield in some way and ride whenever they want to.
That is so evil.
Also, fighting dragons tends to be a lot more dangerous when you fight them in their lair, because that is their home turf, versus...
They get more legendary actions.
Not necessarily, but they are fighting on their home turf, so there is various different things that could be there that could be hazards or
You mean
something
traps.
else. So that also, as if the dragon is wild and it is not one that is trained by wizards, there is a possibility of it having underlings that are wishing to serve it in an exchange for being allowed to live. Sometimes giants do, sometimes other intelligent creatures will serve the dragon in order to basically have protection and be on its good side.
So that can go with just about any dragons that are wild.
Correct.
Thank you. For dragon lore.
Yes. But that's basically the new information that you guys find.
Okay, so we didn't find anything about the guy, the named people. What were their names? Kohan or whatever.
No. No
Or-
new information on that.
Lionel or whatever.
Okay.
Another.
But we do know the main city ports that are up in that northern region that are listed on the map, correct?
What's that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, that was a lot.
No, I was thinking about, my mind was on another thread, and then you started talking, and it
Yeah, that's
saying,
it's like being married. Okay. We know on the map of the continent that there are some major city ports that are in the northern regions that's listed.
Yes, you would have
Yeah,
knowledge
I'm
from
looking
looking
at
at
it,
maps and whatnot that you
Okay.
know different ports and whatnot that you could sail to if you wished to. That would be up closer to that region.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, most likely, other people from other ports have probably been to these regions.
Oh yeah, more than likely.
Okay, so we have options. We can literally take someone who's been to these places and be able to use the gauntlet to go to those places as sailing for 5 a week, and then be there and then cut our travel time to go to this region that we want to go to.
Go ahead.
Okay, that's all I want to hear. Thank you.
Question, Kim.
Or Chance, whichever will answer.
Chance might be more helpful.
It's been a long day.
It's been one of those.
For this preliminary research, let me get to the right spot here
I can't say it.
so that I don't
Pulmonary?
say something.
Is that like
incorrect.
pulmonary?
No.
You said about looking into the region and then also looking into White Dragon's
Do dragon things.
at the Slayer's Hold. My question is because you just said something about there was nothing about Corin or Lionel. Are you researching these two in Kingsford as well?
I thought all of our research was going to be in Kingsford. That's why we were setting up Isaac
Yeah,
at the
Isaac.
temple in Kingsford.
Yeah, Isaac.
And
Mhm.
I thought our research was in Kingsford. That's why, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, for these two, what are you specifically? Are you just looking for their names and looking for where their names are like, or are you looking via the region?
Both is
Like, which
possible.
avenue are you thinking of
I mean, I feel it depends how far we get with one or the other. Like, I think we
Because
would be
if you're going
searching
based
for
off of region,
specifically
if you're going,
Kazazar,
yeah, if you're going
we'd
off
be
of
looking for
region
Kazazar
based off of
specifically,
Dragon's Reach or
and
Khazad-dûr,
then
You thinkers, I
Yeah.
tell you.
yeah.
if
But
you're
we
going,
also know the time period, roughly speaking. So if we couldn't specifically find
Yeah, 4,000.
Kazazar and stuff about it, or different trade routes or whatever,
okay,
then we might look more into just that time period. It's like, what's his name? Lionel was at least depicted as a fine warrior, so we could probably find records of him in some kind of battle.
okay, so the history that you find out of Khazad-dûr, besides it being the most wealthiest city at the time in Sindaxia, the reason for its wealth was because there was it was a mining city, and what they were mining was imbumonite, actually, which was the sole source of imbumonite for the country of Sindaxia, which is why it was so wealthy. It wasn't until after the taking of of Khazad-dûr that they started branching out and trying to find other sources of imbumonite within the country to supply the country with it. So that's information that you would find about the city and the region. Basically, after the taking of the city, most of the towns and villages around the city, basically all of those folks just up and moved away from the region as the cold wasteland grew over the region from the dragon's presence. In regards to Corin or Lionel's names coming up in correspondence to Dragon's Reach or Khazad-dûr, neither of them come up in reference to the region or the cities. However, looking up those two, you do find record of those two coming up during the Great War. They were part of a group that was actually set on tracking down and fighting Zon at the time, which was the one of the three members of Hydra during the Great War. He was the...
Yeah, I remember Zon pretty well.
Okay.
It's just called the group that fought Zon, but there's no title for it.
Well,
It's never just.
Does it talk about who else was there?
They're
But that's all we're telling you.
it was a party of four that took on this task essentially during the Great War. Lionel was part of it, Corin was part of it, and there was two siblings that were part of it. The records that you're finding here don't mention the names of the two siblings, nor does it give a name specifically for the party that the party went by. It was more of this party came together during the Great War, and when they started finding out who the big players were, and they took it upon themselves to come together and then to track down and defeat Zon.
They were just this group.
But it was a group of four. Lionel was part of it. Corin was another, and then there was a group of two siblings.
Were they
that
twins?
Yes.
Cool.
Like boys or girls?
Actually, it was a boy and a girl.
Fraternal twins.
Yes.
That was hard to say that. Okay, alright. I had to dig deep. Okay.
but pretty much after the Great War was ended, the records of any of that group just kind of stopped. Like, there was no mentioning of where they went, or, I mean, there was the defeat of Zon, obviously, and there was the defeat of the rest of Hydra, or at least, you know, the forces of the Deceiver were defeated, but
not gone.
at the same time, records of where these people went afterwards or what happened to them kind of stopped.
They should have been singing songs about it, keeping it alive. Boy, what a bunch of inconsiderate people. Yeah. Okay. All right, did that help you or not?
None of these records were even found in King's Harbor.
Well, yeah,
This was
all the
all on
lands should have it.
Kingsford.
All the lands should have it. Because it affected all the lands. Yeah. It's just not regional. Anyways.
Sorry that took so long to get through that and get that information out. I thought that I wrote everything
Disseminated
out there.
it? No.
Consider this me passing on all the information that you
Yes.
told me.
Pass. Oh, we received it.
Has been passed.
There you go. Oh no, Marie wasn't here to hear it. Let's go through it again.
And then she can watch the video.
Oh, I'm gonna have to send it anyway.
It's your favorite part. Okay.
Alright.
Alright, so our next step is to see how we can get close.
Yeah, so did Galtris know anybody who might have been closer to that Dragon's
That
Reach
region.
than Elder's Reach?
Who, like I said, maybe through trade routes have gone up to these other port cities on the north side of the continent.
Slayers Guild, someplace.
The Slayers Guild doesn't have a branch in Sindaxia.
Oh, that's too bad. Vacation?
So, as for having like immediate contacts of someone that has been up there, he doesn't really have. Like, he doesn't have like a representative or somebody for a branch that, you know, he can just say, hey, I need a favor.
Have any friends?
No, he doesn't have any friends, really.
He does have people, you know, that he knows that live closer to the border for where Avalon and Sindaxia.
Where is the border, actually? Is it that river?
It's essentially
The river? It goes left
the
and right.
river there that's
Orangetown.
underneath Orangetown.
Orangetown.
Yeah, it's that river right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other border is the
Oh, yeah.
lake right here.
Yeah, we'll think about that later. We're after the Orangetown direction. We're thinking about northeast, so.
But he does have people that, you know, have come from the Ironwood Forest up that way.
So if we popped into Orangetown, and then we could probably find someone there who's...
Orangetown is part of Sindaxia. It's on their side.
That's correct. But he would possibly know people who have been to Orangetown.
He can ask around and see if there's anybody in any of the ports that... But you guys are also in Kingsford, which is in the middle
It's right
of,
here.
you know, land. So... He personally does not have somebody that comes to mind that has been to Orangetown.
Right. Okay. I mean, honestly, the Ironwood Forest is significantly closer than Elder's Reach anyway, which is a big win in my opinion. Right.
Yeah, the Ironwood Forest, sure. So who's been to the Ironwood Forest?
That is not a member that's here in the Slayer's Hold, but someone that is actually in Crownport, actually.
Does this somebody have a name?
I can come up with one, yes. But
I mean, hey you.
he can send for them and have them, you know, brought up here for you guys to
In
utilize to move up that way. But
Have we ever been to
Crown Port?
Crown
No.
Port? Does he know someone who's been to Crown
The
Port?
furthest
He's
that
been
way
to
we've
Crown
been
Port
is
Oh, he-
Elder's Reach.
Okay, so he can get us to Crown Port, and then we can locate this person, and that person can take us to Ironwood Forest.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
he's the
plan.
elder of the Slayers Guild. Of course, he's been to Crown Port.
Oh, of course. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, they have a branch there. That's why.
Well, what about something Reach? Ebonscale Reach, or is it EBONS? Yeah, scale. Right?
That is a fortress for Sindaxia
Oh,
that sits there on the peninsula.
oh, is there anyone in it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There do be people.
Thought we'd send someone down there to taunt them or something. We had someone taunt people on a wall before.
Something to do with elderberries.
Might be.
Elderberries were
Elderberry Reach.
involved.
Okay.
Elderberry stench.
Okay. So, how's that sound, Sybil?
I don't actually know what your plan is. So.
Well, good. That's probably the best way.
All the better.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
it what's his name? Val? The leader of the guild?
Galters?
Galtris.
I was like, that.
I got the other guy, the guy over on Kingsford, I was thinking.
King's Harbor?
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, wrong ford, it's a harbor. Alright. So if Galtris can get us over to Crownport, excuse me, Elderport, whatever port.
No.
The
Crown
port.
Crown Port.
Crown Port.
Yeah.
Crown Port is
Yeah,
the one
well-
at the bottom.
Okay,
Elder's
Elder
Port.
Port is near King's.
okay,
Uh-huh.
okay. If we,
I'm listening.
okay, if you go,
Elder's Port.
yes. And then hunt down this no name that he knows the name, and then he would be able to get us to the Ironwood Forest.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Instead of him,
This is a great.
yeah, trying to call for him, then he's got to come over, and so if we use the glove, we could let him see if the glove fits really nice in his hand. He'd probably like that.
And then. we
Then he
must
can
quit.
pop into
I'm sure it'll
somebody's.
fit great after about 20 minutes.
Okay, so we want to approach Galtris and ask if he'll do that.
Let.
Yeah, I think so.
While you guys are debating your.
Would
plan
you
here.
mind if I called you back on Messenger? 'Cause I feel like you're a little bit clearer when you're on Messenger.
Okay, I thought I had you in Messenger.
No,
No,
okay.
this is just a phone call.
Is it?
Which is contingent on cell
Okay.
signal instead of Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because I thought.
Yeah, I think it was a normal phone call. It wasn't messenger.
Oh, I don't remember calling her on. her
Where's
phone.
the Elderwood Forest?
Oh,
I keep looking for it
Decline.
on the map. And I don't. Well, tell me how you really feel.
I did.
I feel like declining your call. I requested it, but I'm gonna decline.
All right, you are now refreshed into the proper communication system.
Proper channels
Channels only.
for
I
the
forget that.
hoity
I've seen
toity.
some.
He'll send you his bill.
Yes,
It's been continuing. For
There's a
my whole life.
surcharge.
Don't worry about
a service fee surcharge.
Alright. Then I guess we'll do that. That's the plan.
it. Yeah, we'll slap a glove on Michael Jackson's hand. He'll get us there, and then he'll find Claude or whoever this guy's name is, who's been
Jean-Claude.
to the Ironwood Forest. He'll get us that far, and then it's up to us to be creative to go across the river into Sindaxia.
And that's when we can use our Festus strategy.
Yes.
I know where the iron.
Alright, sounds great.
Yeah. Oh,
Alright, we should prep and pack loads of blessed berries for this trip.
yeah, because Oak's gonna be
Put that
hungry.
out right now.
Don't
We
squish them.
should do that.
Marie, on your character sheet, Kimberly, did we put the necklace that held the beholder? Are we giving that to Kara?
We can. It was never assigned,
It wasn't.
to my knowledge.
Because what we can do, Marie, we can give you that necklace and you can put Oak into that necklace.
Into it.
He goes into stasis until you want him, and then you can just pop him out.
Is there a maximum time frame on
Like
it?
pocket.
Nope.
No. So that way we don't have to carry his big lardishness up a hill
So
or
if you
something.
put somebody in there and they're bleeding out, they can be in there
It's like a
for
train.
however long, but as soon as they come out, it's like you
Continues.
it's just like
Yeah.
just like whenever they went in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make he's good
So
though.
what?
Well, what
necklace
if
is it?
what if we give it to Oak and we put Kara in it?
You know, you guys can mix and match any way you
Conversations
guys
have been
want to do.
interesting.
We'll get the same result. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
so
be
you
fine.
guys are going to Crownport.
What's the name of the necklace?
At
that
least
I
we can
have right
snuggle
now?
up to him. What?
There's a name.
What is the name of the necklace that I have right now? This item.
You have the
for
card.
it?
I don't
I
have
do
a
not
card.
have
The
it.
He doesn't
necklace
even
of
have
the
a card.
beholder.
He'll tell you
Pocket
all about
locket.
it. He'll tell you
It is it's a pocket something or other. Is what it's called.
pocket
I
of
don't
resistance.
remember
Polly
exactly.
Pocket locket.
Hot pockets.
You put it in the locket. You put it
I
in your
think
pocket.
I think it was just a pocket amulet is what it's called.
Pocket amulet. Okay, I thought it was a locket.
Well, it's sort of like your holding of the cooler, your pouch of holding that's for cooling. Pouch of cooling.
I think it's a bag.
Pouch, bag, sure, it's got to be big enough to stick it.
Koozie.
But it's that concept. Except for they don't have to breathe because there's a stasis.
Right.
Yeah. But it looks very fashionable.
So is there a size
you.
limit of what
Hold
goes
on,
in?
I'm looking for
Okay.
it.
I think it's medium.
No, it's large.
No, it has to be large because if you hold it,
Amulet is known as
It's
a
large.
It's
Yeah.
known as a pocket amulet. It is a green empowered item that allows the wearer to absorb a willing creature that is size large or smaller into it. It takes an action to activate,
It's not-
and while the creature is in the amulet, they are in a pocket dimension similar to a pouch of holding. The creature is also held in a perpetual state of stasis while in the amulet, so when they are released, they appear in the same state as when they were absorbed, as if it was just moments ago.
There you go. We would like to
So is
get that
something I
accessory
can
to
do
you.
right now?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
put him in there.
Ta-da! Action.
But keep in mind, he doesn't heal while he's in there because it's perpetual state of
So he
stasis.
still has to sleep and
So
recover
he's not
his-
going to sleep or anything. He's gonna if you were to
Okay.
bring him
Never
out.
mind.
So you have to keep that in mind.
Never
Does it
mind.
have a limit
Never
on
mind.
uses
Never
per
mind.
day or something?
I'll just.
You can just have
visit
one
later
creature
then.
in it, and it can only be larger.
Well, since this is still the same day, I'll just heal them all the way up and just call it a day. Just be done with it.
So he has all of his life points now.
Which means I no longer
So you
have
guys
the
are going to
negatives.
Crownport?
So if he goes in hungry, he
No,
comes
he
out.
still has
Sure.
negatives.
Does he still have the negatives then?
Yes.
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 It's just he has negatives while he has lots of life.
Okay. So he's
You're
full
not getting
life
out that
points.
easy.
Yeah, you have to get a potion.
Oh,
or
which reminds me,
use
he'll be in stasis all that time,
well,
so
wait,
he'll
what
never.
is your
I'm not using him for that.
you
Why do you
have
want
that
me?
does your rod have something that can remove exhaustion? The rod that you found in the ziggurat? Or is that just
It gives
is it just
exhaustion.
petrification?
That was the rod of multiplication, right? Multiples.
Yeah, the rod
It,
of-
it multiplies it. It
It
makes
does
it
my
worse.
taxes for me.
It's a giant calculator.
The Rada Basics, yeah, I threw that out.
Texas Instruments ain't got nothing on this.
Must be the other side of my body. Rada Combination.
Wrong branch.
Remove petrification. Blast.
Is it just petrification?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was exhaustion.
Well,
or
it has mass heal moderate wounds, which doesn't do anything for exhaustion.
not. Okay. I couldn't remember if it had
Oh, that was
exhaustion part of it or not.
No.
Okay.
So even though he's frozen there, his exhaustion freezes too.
It's the same state.
It's a time loop.
Yep.
Yeah.
If he goes in hungry, he comes out hungry.
Yep.
He comes up complaining too. Okay.
Time essentially stops in there.
So don't put him in right now.
Right.
You already spit him out? Yes, she did.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh?
She has that look about her. She just came out with a necklace. Okay.
Pocket locket. That's what it is.
Why didn't I think of that? Pocket locker.
Yeah, pocket locket. Yeah, because she wasn't there when you're doing it.
Nope.
This is further proof he does not discuss these things with me before we arrive.
Alright, so you guys are going to Crownport?
Yes. To the south we go.
About time. You get
Behold, the port of the crown.
one. For a crown, I thought it'd be bigger.
Another man.
Can I have a
Oh, you
bigger
gave
map?
us a staple.
Oh, what's this?
Colton.
Oh.
Oh, that's over here.
Your name mixer thing.
Oh, it's upside down.
Oh, we should have held on to that, and then he'd be looking for him, and be like, why are these?
Oh no!
Then he'd have to come check all the names with me.
You missed an
Second set of
opportunity,
eyes.
Marie.
Second set of eyes.
Wow, they have a swimming beach and everything over there.
A slimming beach.
Swimming.
Oh,
Well, if there's
Wrong
piranhas in there, you might get
Wrong
slimmed down.
kind of beach.
like
There
what
are
is
there
that?
are
What kind of
farms
beaches
and whatnot.
do you go to?
On the
Slim?
version,
That means skinny people.
on the
Slow.
version that I
If it's slimming, that means you slim while you're there. Continue.
this was
You
the
slim while you're there?
this was the picture
What's
that
slimming?
before I added all the farmland and whatnot on the outside, but there is farmland and everything surrounding the city as well. It's not just
So there's trees there too?
yes.
Stones on
Well,
the beach?
not immediately around.
Not in the vicinity.
No, it's the
Not
farm area,
that
but on
would
the
show up
outside.
on yes, but
Yeah.
but Crownport also is right in the middle of the Kingly Plains,
Yes.
so there's not going to be a ton of trees around.
How'd they build all these houses? Or is that why there's not a lot of trees?
They delivered the supplies
They
by
probably got them from the
Another
Black
question.
Forest.
That's why they
Okay.
have dark roofs.
Alright, what's your question?
Question?
It's probably just a picture.
Before we embark on this, I'm sure, like, Galterus would know this. Are we allowed to cross the border? Like, is that a thing we're allowed to do, or do we have to have, like,
Are you sending
passport or something? I don't know.
Now you send it.
It is,
Tentative.
yeah, it's
Do we need a passport?
you would need a reason to be crossing over that would need to basically go through the right avenues politically to get the okay for you to basically go in there and travel there.
So we need a government-sanctioned reason to go.
Essentially,
If we
yeah.
go by, like, the main road.
But it all depends on who you are. If you're someone like Durek, he can cross the border no
That's
problem
'cause of
because
his
he looks
skin.
like he belongs there. But the rest of your party
Right.
Well, wouldn't they see?
doesn't really look like they belong.
Well, that's fine, but don't they ever
That's
accept
normal.
anything? Yeah, that's us. The Slayers Guild doesn't have any pull. I know they don't have their
They
own
don't have
Slayers
a branch
Guild.
up there.
Well, I know they don't have a branch, but that doesn't
There's
mean they
probably
don't
a
know
reason
of
for
that.
that.
Well, no one's told us that.
No.
So
No,
why
you
doesn't he
don't.
tell us that? That's my point.
Because the Slayers field and looks at everybody equally. If you prove your worth and pull your weight and everything,
Yeah.
you are, you're a member of the guild.
Some people just fall into
Sindaxia,
it.
no, like,
Well, there's no need
to be a part of
No,
like
no.
a prominent like organization like this, you need to be either Dusk Dwarven or a Dark Elf or Dusk or Elf or whatever they're called.
So you're just saying if you're not a certain race, they don't want you in the land.
Essentially.
So it really hasn't.
Remember the whole thing with me explaining that they have
Yeah, people down. Yeah.
that humans are basically looked
Yeah.
as like cattle essentially or slaves.
All right. Okay. So.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright,
All
so
right. So there's
You
no.
know-
The only one
order it
that
is,
probably
like,
would get
as
away
big
with
as
it with
humans.
not a whole lot of questions is probably Rayla. Other than that, everybody else would be like, oh, where's your master at?
The
Did
tree
you run away?
armor.
Did you run away from him? Why are you dressed so nice?
So
Why do you have such nice gear?
But you wouldn't find other people of other races there then.
You would.
Oh, so you're saying that if we're
Just
running
their
during
servants.
slaves, so there are people like us,
Yeah,
not Twiglets.
very few.
Yeah.
Yeah, very few.
how are they looked at?
Nerd.
Well, they're always looked down upon.
this is
That
gonna
I
go
do know.
great.
The Dusk Dwarves and the Dusk Elves or Dark Elves, they are viewed at the top. And Vigons are viewed basically just underneath that, but that is because of just how strong and
Because they
brutal they
beat
are,
you up if they don't like you.
essentially. But everybody else is seen as, like, just
Klingons.
lower than...
Okay, even other elves and dwarves. Yeah.
They're just the wrong type.
Yep.
And what was the name of this that you gave us?
Crown Port.
'Cause there was
Yeah,
no
this
name
was,
on it.
like I said before, I added the farmlands and the tags and everything like that.
Yep, okay. Sounds great. Let's do the thing.
The
Yeah.
thing we're doing.
Okay, so teleporting
So Raylog, we all were owned by you.
the king.
Colton, I asked you this question earlier, but you were in the middle of something. Did you send a picture to Kim of Crown Port map, or should I?
No,
send
I
Okay.
didn't know you guys were going to be going to Crownport, so I didn't have this.
Well, as soon as
Ready
you
or
handed it
send it.
out.
Well, you didn't make it easy for us to go anywhere, so we gotta find out how to do it.
And the last I was told was that you guys were thinking about going to like Elder's Reach and then traveling from there.
We don't want to take that much time.
We have places
But
to go.
yeah,
based off
right.
of you guys
Worlds
asking
to
Galfers, I'm
conquer.
just giving the information that you
Fear
have.
me, her, etc., etc.
Because we're basically trying to find the other pieces of the crown.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
One crown jewel, the other crown
Good.
jewel. Just don't get locked in the tower. Picture has been sent, Kimbo Slice.
And nothing, like I said, nothing's labeled on this because this was before I
Yeah,
added
before.
all of that. So, but where you guys are he basically pops you guys into right on the outside of the branch that is there in the city, which is on the inside of the inner wall. So you have the inner wall here,
Mm-hmm.
and you're popping into this right outside this building.
Pointy spot.
Which one?
Okay. The pointy spot in the bottom.
Okay.
Which is the branch there for the Slayers Guild, which he ends up, popping you guys in, hands over the glove to whoever in the party wants to take it,
Oh yeah. Thank
and
you.
and enters into the building, and says, "If you'll wait here in the foyer, I will be back with whom you want to speak with." And he goes upstairs,
Okay, with that.
comes back, and with him, he has a male Barklet with him, and says,
Cousin.
All right, everybody. This is who you're going to want to speak with if you're going to the Ironwood Forest. He grew up there and is native to those neck of the woods, so to
No
speak.
pun intended.
No pun intended. So, and the Barklet kind of looks at you and nods to the Twiglet and to the rest of you then. Says, hello everybody, my name is Tyke. It's nice meeting all of you.
I'll be your
So,
tour guide today.
You need to go to my
Little tucks.
homeland of the Ironwood Forest.
Yes, I think it sprawls a good amount of mileage. What part of the forest do you know of?
Well, it is the
Some
southern
bonsai.
portion of the Ironwood Forest. But if that helps, I don't know. If,
Any part of the Ironwood Forest helps. Have you traveled to other parts, maybe relatives or maybe some festival of some sort?
the farthest I have traveled is close to
The
Ironstead.
river? Yes,
Ironstead.
Ironstead.
That is the closest to the border that I've gone.
Have you been in Ironstead?
I've not been in, but I've been within eyesight of it.
Oh, that's mighty handy. How far can you see?
Average, I suppose.
Well, within forests, some forests are thick, and so how close? I mean, could you throw a stone to it?
It would be about
I like to throw stones.
100 yards or so.
Oh, that's a
Like
wonderful
football
arm. Yeah, that's a good arm. Yeah, that's mighty handy. I am Torvine.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. This
Are you from Ifazera? Your accent seems to say otherwise, but
It does. I'm a traveler, and we all adventure together as a group. We are called Kindred.
Huh.
We come from Praxthas.
I see. That's
Totally different
explains the
content.
accent.
Yes.
Well, it was nice meeting all of you. I don't really know what you have in mind for getting to my homeland, other than
Oh,
know where-
yes, yes. We have a special way that, through empowerment, would be able to gain quicker access to the place that the person that has an item would be able to go to. And specifically, we would give you this item, and you would think of the place that you would like to appear in, that you have envisioned in your mind of where you want to go, and this item would open up a doorway of power that you can enter, and it'll take you to that spot.
interesting.
It
I
is.
can't say I've ever come across something like that, but
Oh, it's a new toy for us too.
okay. Well,
Yes.
I'm happy to give it a try if that's what you're looking for. Where exactly are you hoping for me to?
What you just described to be close to Ironstead sounds very marvelous to us.
Okay. Well, sure. Absolutely. So he takes the gauntlet and spends time with it, and then
Mm.
eventually opens opens the portal. As you guys are going through, who is the last going through the portal?
Me! The elf!
Yeah, because he would want to go through to make sure he saw it, and I would go
She
with him.
Never gets to
So,
go last.
I know we went. The two shortest guys go.
Okay. Who's last through the portal?
Oh, can I?
I'll be last.
Okay.
I'm
So
the last.
okay,
That's
so
fine.
Sybil, before you go to step through the portal and you feel a hand on your shoulder as if stopping you for a second, you turn around and Galterus has his hand on your shoulder and he hands you essentially like almost looks like a book of some kind, but it looks like a ringed notebook that I'm trying to think of what to call it.
It's up here.
Like field notes, kind of, but it's
A
like,
journal?
yeah, like kind of like that, but more of like field note type deal. And hands that to you and says, "For where you're going, this might be helpful, and then hands that to you.
Oh, it's written in, not that we write into it.
Oh. Thanks.
And
I'll be
then,
sure to peruse it.
I didn't hear that.
That you'll what? Oh, you'll cherish it. Yeah.
Peruse.
So,
Peruse it, I'll go look over it.
okay, so go through the portal, and you guys find yourselves in the middle of a forest, like on the edges of it, and ahead you see on a bit of a hill, you see a fortress built that's a little bit before a set of mountains. Looking around at the trees, they mostly look like pine trees, only the bark is a little bit different than what you're used to. But-
And what's that mean? Is this a different type of bark, or is it
Yeah,
peeling off?
No, it looks very, very dark and very, very rugged.
More almost like a hardwood look instead of a pine tree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The barklet's name?
Tyke.
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 Like little tykes.
Oh, that's so cute.
Does he have a trike?
Ooh, nice.
But he may ride a bike.
A big
Yeah.
boy bike.
Right next to the dike.
Don't ask him to.
After he caught a pike.
Yes, he caught a pike.
You would
Yes.
not like him when he
Anybody
was on
gonna
his
do
bike.
that? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
God named Spike.
All right. Well, Tyke,
Tired.
we do appreciate everything you've done to do this. You did a great job. So
Good job.
I'm sure you have important things to do.
As any tyke
So-
does.
So we'll take the glove.
What he means is you step back through the portal really fast, you don't get
Yeah,
stuck
because
here.
they'll disappear. We only have a couple.
But
of
thanks, we
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Unless you want to be on the family visitation as far as you want, maybe you want to go a little further.
Just a reminder: if he takes the gauntlet off, he's stuck there with you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
the portal
He took it off
closes
already.
if he takes
Well,
it
not
off.
yet.
Oh, if he takes it off, he can't go back.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
So we have to put him back. Okay.
yeah.
or somebody goes through with him and takes the gauntlet,
Yeah,
spends
yeah.
time with it, and then comes
It
back.
comes back again.
Right,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Either
it's
way,
however you want to do it.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
just a reminder.
yeah. I think I'll go
Yeah,
back
no,
with
that's
him.
fair.
I'll go back with him.
Okay. So
And
that's
then-
all 3 charges used
Yeah, I
to
know.
get to Ironstead.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Okay.
Alright. Hey, that's like a week we saved. Alright, worth
Yeah,
it.
traveling. That makes us happy. So,
Okay.
all right, Tyke, and good. I guess good times for you. Glad to meet you, and for your trouble and everything, I'd like to give you a monetary gift.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to. It's wasn't.
It means so much to us.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you insist.
I do. So, I reach in there and I give him 10 platinum.
Oh well. Thank you. That was very generous.
You were very generous with your knowledge, and we appreciate that.
Well, if I can be of service again, by all means.
Okay, we got your number. Have a good day.
You as well. And he heads back off into the.
Okay. And I. Okay, better. Now.
All right. So you guys are outside Ironstead. With that, I think would be a good time to probably take a break because we are at like 3:30-ish.
Yep.
Unless you guys want to go a little bit longer
Uh,
and then take a break, that's up to you.
I mean, what we're going to be doing is sort of traveling and being mundane now
Yeah.
to the river. And then everyone jumps on Festus and we fly the rest away.
Oh. So now or wait.
You guys want to travel?
Let's just
or-
do it now.
Okay.
We'll just
All
take
right.
it now.
Take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Okay. dragons we see now?
Just more screaming.
Pandemonium.
I didn't ask for more. I just thought it was funny. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, you're getting it whether you asked for it or not, so deal with it.
My bad.
That does sound like a marriage.
Okay. I mean, I can't stop you, so.
That's right.
Guess I'll have to.
What's the point of trying? My
Never
dad
give
used to
up.
say, stop while you're ahead.
Don't give them that satisfaction.
You're tired of being in the hole, put down the shovel.
Alright, so you guys are here in the Ironwood Forest, right outside Ironstead.
Not to be
What time of
confused
the
with
day is
Ormstead.
it that we're here?
I would say late morning, based off of you guys waking up on the 4th day,
It's nice that we woke
talking
up.
to Galterus,
Mhm.
traveling, getting Tyke and all that. So I would say it's a late morning.
Okay. Right next to me is that we're in a forest. Are there bushes in the forest, or is it just plain old trees and that's it? With dark bark.
It's very much like being
Are there shrubberies?
it's not the ground isn't very green. It's more like what you expect after like the leaves have fallen for like fall and whatnot, but all the leaves or all the trees around you are this pine type tree. So the ground is not too green, doesn't really have like a lot of brush.
So you don't see bushes.
Yeah, there's not a
No
whole lot.
If I was a
Shrubbery.
bear, I wouldn't be able to find bears.
Not to say that there aren't bushes, but it's just they're not.
That's what I'm getting.
They're not
Full.
super abundant
Mhm.
in this forest.
Okay, we hear birds flying around,
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you see like, woodland creatures getting around, squirrels and the like.
All right. Do we want to even go into Ironstead? Or, I mean, we haven't.
why wouldn't we? I know we want to get to the forest, but why wouldn't we? Because learning about the town could help us understand the forest better.
Well, I don't care about this forest.
You're a twiglet. You should care
I
about
haven't-
your people.
Well, my people are on the other continent, and
Convenient excuse.
we're trying to get across the river on the other side of the forest.
Still, if this is the closest town to the forest, we might learn some helpful things. I know we said at the beginning, before we hit the record button on this session, about talking to people, but it could help right now. Oh, mustachioed Torvine, it could help.
Okay, if you have to use the potty there, that's fine too.
That's not what we said.
I mean, we could go in there if they have a temple or something, if you want.
It would be helpful, because this is a place we've never been to before.
Ooh, Star
It
Trek.
could be filled with things of which we know not, because we don't know.
Well, there are things that are there we don't not, because you're right, we haven't
We
been.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you
So
what do you
I
call
vote we go to Ironstead
okay,
just to help
Ironstead?
us prepare for going to the actual forest and where we want to get to.
Sybil,
Sibbledy bibbledy. Sibble. Hello.
Yes, yes.
can you do an awareness check for me, either smelling or hearing or both, whichever you would prefer?
Because she has the best.
Okay, sure. Sure. Let's see. Go. 33. 33.
Okay, so which one are you going with, or are you doing both?
I could do one for both. We'll do sight first. So, 89.
Okay.
And then sniffity sniff.
Oh, I thought you
It's a
already rolled.
51 out of 84. Nope, 94. I
So
can count.
what was your first roll
No, I
about?
can't. It's like 33.
What was it for? Is that,
Sight, visual.
oh, so sight you got a 34. Oh, I thought she got it.
Yeah, so for visual I got 33, and for sniffing I
Well,
got 51.
this wasn't for visual. It was just for hearing or smelling. So, or both.
Oh, hearing.
Yeah, that's what I thought you
Smell
rolled
and
first.
hearing. Okay, so it's actually out of 94, both of them, instead of
Okay.
80.
So you guys, pop in here, you do the whole exchange and whatnot, and then everybody's back together, and you guys are kind of conversing back and forth, trying to figure out what your next steps are going to be. Sybil, you hear a snap of a twig coming from behind you, and then a little bit of rustling and quick but subtle footsteps that seem to be coming from behind you, and you can also smell the scent of humanoid, I guess you could say.
That could be anything with arms and legs.
Well, I'm talking general, like elf, human, like dwarf, and things like that.
Racial.
But you smell that kind of scent, and also leather.
Ooh, leather.
Could be military.
Yeah,
That or bite
and the
again.
smell of bo
Guys.
from there being.
Oh,
It's faint, but you can smell it.
Are we standing
Are
in
we
a
on a
clearing?
road or
No,
are we
you're like
not on a
you're
road?
just a little bit in the woods from the clearing that leads to Ironstead.
But we don't see a path or a road.
No, it's just a big open
That's-
clearing around.
Do we
this
see a road
fortress.
going into the city from where we're
Right.
looking?
There is kind of like a trodden trail that starts at the base of the hill that it's on and goes up towards a gate that you can see on the fortress.
Okay, so it's not a deer run, it turns into a real...
Yeah, but the rest of the area and the open space there in front of you, it doesn't have any particular road.
Alright, Sybil, what do you say?
Yeah, I just turn around, look behind me, I guess? I don't really need to, I can see behind me without doing that.
Yeah. If you want to go off of sight, then I will need another roll then for sight.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see if I can
We
see what
notice
can make
he's
them,
looking
the
funny.
noises. Ooh, that's really high. Probably not then.
Funnier.
77 out of
Not so funny not to know.
89.
Okay.
So probably just a standard. for me.
Could we hear anything?
This is based off of her having heightened senses.
Well, that's nice.
Super brutal.
I could have I need to have a great success or something, comparatively.
You guys can roll. I just am going off of her because she has the
Highest.
highest.
Well, I figured that.
I mean, if you guys want to roll, you can. That's fine.
Yeah, I like
For
to be...
hearing,
Yeah.
sure. Go for it.
This would be my first roll of the day.
I'm just trying to get a sense of what it is before I talk.
Yeah, we noticed that. Okay. Hearing.
Okay.
3% on hearing.
Okay. You hear the same thing. You hear a snap of a twig and subtle footsteps behind you.
Okay.
Kind of around the same time that Sybil does.
Little footsteps or big footsteps?
Okay. They're kind of masked by... They're not big, heavy, thumpy ones. They're like
The
standard...
patter, shuffle, shuffle.
Yeah, it's kind of that
Ooh,
So is this
like a
general
squirrel.
awareness, or is this
A
something separate?
squirrel.
This is awareness.
Okay.
For
Very
hearing.
aware.
So if you have anything that helps with hearing,
I have ears.
well,
Let him hear then.
Sybil, as for your sight and seeing, you see a brief, quick movement of something going behind a tree, but that's it. You don't make out what it is, but it looks like a humanoid form. Just
It's probably an orc. They like to hide behind trees.
Alright, I'll just go out to it, I guess. Like, hey, we know you're there and you're not as quiet as you think you are. Why don't you say hello?
I will find a tree to hide behind next to me.
okay. Anybody else?
I am going.
I got a
to-
major success.
Okay.
I am going to hide in shadows. That's what I would like to do.
Okay.
So do I actually notice this?
Well, you hear something too.
What was your success? I'm sorry.
It was a major success.
Oh, it's
You
right
hear
before-
the snap of a twig.
but not the footballs.
Hear like a couple snaps of
Mhm.
twigs, but you don't hear the footfalls.
But I can determine the direction.
Yeah, it's behind.
Behind us.
Okay.
Alright, I'll take cover.
Okay.
I'll roll
I
high.
will
also.
too,
Okay. Because my numbers changed on this.
and I will have my
I am
weapons
now
out.
confused about
11.
if I made it or not.
What are you doing?
I'll have my weapons out and look for cover.
Say again, you on your numbers?
Okay. So based on the way the number sheet has been redone, I don't know what number I need to make under. I make under the total percent number, right?
At the very end,
Yes.
yes.
Okay,
At the very
alright.
far right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I needed 35. I got 37.
Yeah. We did not add those points to your skills or your non-weapon abilities.
Yeah,
We
which
left
is
that up
fine.
to you. Okay.
Yeah. Just now that it had a
Yeah.
percentage mark on it. I was
Okay.
like, wait.
So
Yeah,
you guys
all the way to
make.
the end.
I need everybody then to make another awareness check.
Just awareness, okay. Are you kidding
Was this visual or is this?
What type
This
of
is
ring?
hearing.
Well,
Just hearing.
okay.
This is not a good sign.
I
Okay,
passed.
hearing.
You
Got it.
can
And
do visual, but it will be you will need a very high success.
For
In order to be able to see
which
it.
on the visual?
Hearing is the lesser of the two.
For visual, what would we roll for?
It's the same
Still
thing,
awareness.
awareness, but if you're going off of sight, it's going to be a higher success that you could.
Okay.
Yeah. I needed a 60. I got a 62.
Okay.
I'm not happy.
Oh, I thought I had the percents here. Oh, they're there. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. 84. Go below it. It's 85, 61. Oh, that's a good success.
Okay. Kevin.
Yeah, I have a good success.
Okay. Kim.
52.
Out of 90.
94, so let's get this one.
It's a great success.
Okay.
So I'm in great.
So you guys hide behind cover. Those of you that are hiding, and Raylog, Toravine, and Kara, you guys hide behind, and you're getting ready for a confrontation. Then you hear right next to you, as if someone's like drawing a bow, like right next to you. Kind of like in the Lord of the Rings
Yeah,
when
I
they're going
remember
through the
that.
forest, and it's just like,
They're next to
You know, and
Gimli.
Gimli's
I couldn't
like-
see in the dark.
like, yeah, essentially like that. And Sybil, you look forward as I didn't hear that you were getting behind cover, so I'm assuming you're
Nope,
still
I'm not hiding.
okay. I'm assuming you're still out in
I'm
the
just
open.
standing there. Yeah,
And
I'm just in the open.
as your friends are hearing this and seeing this, you see figures kind of show up next to where your friends took cover, and then you also see in front of the tree that you saw someone duck behind. You see a humanoid figure round about the other side and come out from behind the tree with a bow knocked with an arrow. Not pointed at you, but
Bow and arrows.
at ready,
But at us.
and
I
slowly
don't see how
walks
they do that.
forward very quietly towards you.
We could hear the
You
violin
see
breathing
a
among
figure, all of you see these figures now
Oh, scum.
dressed in studded leather and green cloaks on them. They have weapons. Some of them have, bandolier across the front that have some knives in them. They have weapons at their sides as well, and then they all have, quivers with arrows, and then have bows that are being pointed at you. They do have the cloaks, have a hood, which are up. They all seem to be like human or elf size. None of them seem to be smaller. But as this one approaches Sybil, they reach up with their free hand that would be holding where the arrow and the string would be, reaches up and pulls the hood down, and you see a half-elf male looking to be in his 40s, probably, what we would consider 40s, walk up and approach the group and say, "Who are you and what's your purpose here?" And he puts his hand back on the arrow and the string on the bow.
We are kindred and we are here.
Yeah.
Well, hello. We're kindred. We just got here. We're trying to make our way north, much norther.
We are not planning to stay here and bother you.
Who are you? You are part of, where's this place?
Ironstead.
I am part of the
Iron?
Watch.
What are you watching?
TikTok.
Other
We
than us.
watch the border.
Of.
Of
The town?
Avalon
Or
and
is-
Sindaxia.
Oh, is that the board?
I am Alcus,
Oh, we're supposed to write that down.
and I am the
Alcus?
captain.
And it is
Elvis.
spelled.
Alcus.
And it is
A-L-K-A-S.
Yeah, they all cuss here.
Alcus.
Okay.
A-L-K-A-S.
Yes.
Okay.
You got that down?
Okay.
And I am the captain of this company.
Captain Alcus.
And such a fine company it is. I was getting kind of lonely out here.
So once again, I ask, who are you?
We are kindred.
I didn't hear the kindred.
Yeah,
Pretty
she
sure
said.
I answered
Yeah.
She said it.
I'm sorry, I did not hear the
I'm
kindred.
like, the voice said
I
it.
just heard
We
the,
don't hear
we
the
are a
kindred.
group heading north. That's all I heard. from
We are
everybody.
kindred.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
said we're kindred and
Oh.
our goal is to head north.
I'm
So
sorry.
Well,
I
if he wasn't
answered who we
cussing,
are
he would've
and
heard us.
what we're doing.
Okay. Well then, instead, he says, and what is your reason for going north? No one goes north.
Oh,
Well, we are no one.
Well, why is
Unless
that?
yeah. Why is
You
that
are
special?
Well, why does no one go north?
spies of some sort for Sindaxia.
Why is everything spies with you guys? We're going north. We're not going south.
I
Sindaxia is
understand,
north.
but why would you want to go north? No one, especially the likes of you, goes north.
Oh wait. Are you starting to act like some Sindaxians? Like we look a certain way for you to judge us?
No, it would not be unreasonable to think that they would send someone, the likes of yourself, to breach.
They would have to acquire people like us, which is rather hard.
Yes, but
Yeah.
people like you up there serve others.
Oh, have you ever run into infiltration squads looking like us?
No, this would be the first.
Oh,
This is the first
that would be
time
cool
for
if you could
anything.
find the first. That would be a nice feather in your hat. It's true. Might get a
He's not
promotion.
amused by your joke at all.
He's kind of tied up around here. Yeah. Actually, do you know anything about the Slayers Guild?
I am familiar with it, yes.
Yes, well, we are a part of the Slayers Guild. And so my. We actually are a very ancient creature that we've been sent to find that knows no boundaries. The only way to get there is to cross boundaries.
Yeah, at the sight of the Slayers Guild pendant, the others kind of look at him and then he gives a nod and they lower the bows. They're not putting it away,
No,
but
just
they're not
not as
knocked and pulled back.
trigger happy. Yeah. hmm And again, our name is Kindred.
So you are in business for the guild then?
Yes.
We do
yes.
a lot for the guild, yes.
That thing. Yeah, we do that thing.
And we are seeking a creature, yes. Up in Dragon's Reach.
This is what 3 cups of coffee gets you, okay?
And I know no one goes there, no one comes back.
And
But
that
yet,
would be a first as well. I can't
Yes.
remember ever them sending someone to Sindaxia to dispatch of a beast.
how many times do you hear of the
How long have you
the
been
doings
camping?
or the biddings of
Well, usually
through.
if they're coming into these woods, we at least get a heads up. But
Your head was not up.
There was
That's
no-
the problem.
no
prior
what was his name?
warning to your arrival.
Well, that's because the creature we're after is rather secret.
I told you we should have come
Yes.
in yelling yoo-hoo,
Next
and their
time,
heads would have been up.
next time you may lead the charge. Carl.
I mean, I wanted to be in the very back, just saying.
While you're yelling, you.
That's why I would yell it.
She's
"Come
our
in the back."
cheerleader. Yeah. But yes, we are going this direction. We know it's not, how should I say, a place where we would be received well once we cross the river. But we are trying to be in a way that is not in the normal traveling routes. So that way we can reach Dragon's Reach, which we have never been to also.
As you're saying this, you notice yet another figure come around from behind one of the trees that was close to where he was. And they come out from around the tree.
They?
Again, another individual.
Oh, it's a group.
Cloaked, wearing similar garb, but this one is wearing goggles.
Oh,
And
gosh.
as they approach, they take the goggles and put them
Observe.
up onto their forehead. And they come up and lean in and whisper something to the captain, Alcus.
Mhm.
Can I try and hear what it is since I'm kind of close to them?
Sure.
And you
Go
have,
ahead and
those,
make a check.
you have that snout and ears.
Okay.
And stuff.
I'm too
Here,
far in
here,
the back.
here
to
with your
actually-
snout. Yep.
Yeah,
Here with your snout.
like a
Stick
snout.
your nose in.
You're
where it
gonna
is.
believe I rolled it. I rolled a 1.
Good.
You heard everything.
You hear a female voice
Woo.
say to Alcus, "They're wearing blessed items."
I understand.
So,
Because she's wearing the goggles. Yeah.
Aha, that's what they were for.
and he nods and says, "Well,
That's it. Just be wary. All I heard was be wary.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
wearing-
he said
blessed
they are
items.
wearing blessed items, sir." That's all that was
Oh,
said.
okay,
Not
okay,
be
okay.
wary.
Thank you.
I think the thingy blocked
Got
your voice.
And
Yeah, we
he
stole it.
nods, and
Over the wall.
he takes the arrow from his string and puts it back in the quiver.
Oh, no.
Well, it would seem, based off of the items that you carry, that you hold no ill will or mean no harm. At least I can assume that your story or what you're saying is true. Welcome to the Ironwood Forest.
We feel welcomed indeed. So
We
welcome.
just arrived. But we were also curious about the town down below before we took our leave to go on our trek that we have no idea what we'll run into. Curious to know possibly of what knowledge that the
The
folks
locals
here have that would aid us in our travel in a place that could be hostile to us before we get to our destination.
Well, there is no village or town for a good day, day and a half. The closest would be on the southern outskirts of the Ironwood Forest, but the only signs of civilization up this north for Avalon would be the fortress that you see ahead of you.
Which is Ironstead.
Correct.
So it's a fortress, is not a town.
Correct. It's just like a very large
It's an
barracks, essentially.
Okay, I was in the wrong understanding. Tyke didn't really say if it was a town or not. It says he saw some from a distance. Football field kind of looks civilian-like. Okay. All right.
Somewhat surprised
Okay.
on the outside.
So, do you encounter creatures here too? Squirrels?
Hence the walls. Gotta keep the
Typical
squirrels out.
woodland creatures.
But nothing aggressive
Squirrel.
that is.
There are aggressive predators in the area, yes, but we are familiar with them.
Okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary from like bears, mountain lions,
Okay.
and the such.
Woodland animals. Okay, alright. Nothing
Nothing
like fallopians
fantastical.
and things.
No.
Okay, this is the southern proud. Okay,
And
well,
you notice too that up here that the weather is already like compared to like Kingsford's pretty mild weather-wise, like for warmth and whatnot.
mhm. It's getting a
But
little
like
chilly.
up here, it's starting to get a little
Little
colder.
brisk.
So what? Do we get any indirect heat from the volcano in the middle?
No,
Or smell
No.
of burnt.
you guys are too far from it.
I won't say anything. Okay.
It's
You don't
just
even
perfect
know that
timing.
that's there.
What can I say?
I
Other than
know.
a map,
There's a big honking pimple right in the middle of
and
the
maps
continent.
don't even have that there's a volcano there. It's just
Really?
surrounding mountains.
Mountains.
And that's it.
So it's all mountains to us.
Just use your miracle of heat.
Miracle. I hate
Ball
this.
flame. You.
I cast
Okay.
fireball.
All right. Group rate.
I didn't ask how big the room was. I
Got
said
a
yeah,
group on.
that's fireball.
I just wanted
Okay,
the group
alright.
on.
Well then, so have you ventured across the river, across the? No, I'm sorry. If it's a secret and you can't tell me, if you had to
Keep your
infiltrate to
secrets.
follow suspicious characters and all, but I was just curious: is there any ways to go across the river, like a ford or a bridge, and
Or a
if
ferry.
you ventured across or not?
There are ways across the border, and
Ways.
in the past we even
Ways.
had makeshift bridges that we were built. But as you can imagine,
Emphasis on
a
shit.
border has two sides, and one side doesn't appreciate a bridge being built to cross.
Mm,
Which side would that be?
So
I see.
Said
Have
the
you
intrusive
encountered
thought
them
from the back of
doing
the group.
something like that to your side?
of course we've caught them on this side.
Why would they do that? There's nothing here for them across
According
the
to
river.
what you said.
Why would we send someone over to their side?
Because you followed them that came over to your side for no reason?
Because you're suspicious.
So why do you patrol them?
If we don't care
We
what
are
we're
the
watching
early
for.
warning system for the country. If there's an invasion and they end up coming through these parts.
Okay, so Sindaxia can be hostile towards Avalon?
The only way you're posted
Cool.
out here is if you've done something to
Okay,
upset the
there's no
boss.
peace treaty from Kingsford to wherever the capital of Sindaxia is?
Tethris.
Ah, there it is, Tetris. So, it is...
There's a TH in there.
And that's honored so far.
There's a
Can have
So
problems.
is
Shaped
standing
blocks.
peace currently.
Okay.
Tetris with a lift.
When was the last time there was hostile aggression?
Hmm.
Mm.
I wouldn't consider it hostile, but we did have some on this side of the border a few seasons back.
Like banditos? They-
No, scouts.
Oh, so they ventured here to take pictures and look, but they didn't do anything malicious?
What's a picture?
We draw pictures. I'm
Speed
very
sketching.
artistic, not autistic, unless I'm drawing it backwards. And sometimes I just think the water and the sky should be in different places, but that's okay. But
It's a reflection.
yeah,
He
but
sees
if they
upside
see
down.
something, they'll sketch it. We call it pictures. But you could sketch it and then take information back to show somebody what you sketched. I used to wear Skechers. They fit pretty well.
Kind of.
Hiding shadows because Skechers.
Not sure what they're looking for, but we've caught them. They've caught us.
Ooh.
It's a give and take.
You never had prisoner exchanges?
They try to
It's
keep it
rare.
interesting.
Oh. I mean, there were survivors, right?
Of course.
Hence the prisoners.
Okay, alright, okay. Well, this has been very informative.
Yeah. This is the place you get
How
sent.
close can we get to the river without being noticed by the other side usually?
That's what I'm getting.
Depends
Do they
on
currently
where you approach the river
Do they
from.
want what?
Yes. What's the best place for a how should I say a dark spot, a blind spot where they usually might patrol less, or it's just because of the terrain?
We need a diversion.
Well, the closer you get to the mountains,
Bowling ball would be really
Going
handy
west.
the less likely you are to run into them.
So they're very active along the shore because of Orangetown.
Or Orangetown, and because of Ebenhammer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has a hammer?
And it's Ebony.
Oh, is that a town?
Oh, that's a city.
That's a city. Wow. So
It's
you
a
know all this stuff and I
full-blown
don't.
It's
Whoop-de-doo.
on the maps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know the population and how people travel and stuff. So if we were to cross the river, it would probably be most prudent to be on the west side of Ebenhammer, going towards the little
mountains?
pine forest.
An iron guard.
Do these people currently have anybody from the other side that they have captured?
Yeah. In the fortress. In Ironstead.
Yeah, well, we can't trust them.
You point fingers and name names? Or has it been so long
Not
you
them.
cannot?
If they're all like Herschel, you
Use
can't
your-
trust them.
Use your truth serum.
Do you have a true serum?
Who knows what we'll find
Oh,
out
okay.
then.
I was just curious. I mean,
We
you've been
might
holding
find
out
out
on
things
us.
we
All right.
never
I don't know,
wanted
maybe you
to
put,
know.
use a miracle on them. Don't
I
die.
never really liked my mother's cooking. I only said that I did.
I don't know what I did to offend my boss so much to send me out here. I hate
All we have
this
to do is
job.
put a confession
I
booth
told
up
all
for
the
that.
men back on our side that
You gave
I was
him
there
too
of my
much
own free will,
serum.
but really it was either that or the dungeon.
Pure
You gave
pressure.
him too much serum. That's not what this is. This isn't true serum. You gave him too much. Whatever it is.
That sounds familiar. So such thing as true serum. Yeah. Okay.
Just fall asleep.
All right then. But if you were to infiltrate, would your opinion be the best once you get in is to be on the west side of Ebenhammer going into the Little Pine Forest?
It depends on where you're planning on going.
I'm going to Dragon's Reach.
We're not going to
And I
Boulder's
could, I don't mind going on the west side of Dragon's Reach. I don't have to be on the southern side.
There's definitely more towns along the eastern side.
And a
But
lot
if
of
you don't
flatlands.
want to, if you don't want to talk to people, I mean, you could go the western.
Well, after COVID, we're kind of standoffish.
What's COVID?
It'd be difficult to say. If you're just looking to cross the river, then obviously farther west you go is probably better. But once you're across,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely sure what your best route to Dragon's Reach and getting there unnoticed would be.
Well, we have a possibility of getting noticed once or twice. We kind of think that'll happen. But we don't want to get noticed 5 times.
Just 4.
Yeah, two. Let's keep going. I mean,
5 is the no-no number. 4
Yeah.
is okay.
5 is right out.
We were
Can I get like a vibe check on Alcus to see if this conversation is making him a little uncomfortable?
just him?
Sure.
He's probably saying, go up there, take him out.
Alright, well that was mediocre at best. Okay, so I got a 15 out of 18, which is just good.
He seems
He's still recovering from the original conversation we had.
He seems guarded, but then at the same time seems intrigued by what your party is saying that
Yeah,
you're
that's weird.
looking to do. He does seem like slightly concerned based off of he had no prior like.
He's got priors.
Yeah, this isn't like an official thing.
I like that.
And then at the same time, there's a group that is going into enemy, quote unquote, territory, and as we would say, he's scared of an international incident.
We're not going to North Korea.
So
I'm just trying to see if he's like more on the side of, oh yeah, you guys should do that and I'll help you out, or like, this is a little bit sketchy.
Do they all look like scoundrels to me?
no,
Rangers?
Okay.
they look like fighters,
Like,
just plain fighters, but act like a ranger, but they don't have that.
But
Because
not
of
like
the
this
environment.
ranger.
Yes.
Because of the environment. Okay.
Because nobody could be.
Yeah, just think like, Faramir and all that.
I did.
Yeah.
That's
That's
them
essentially what you
flashbacks.
guys
As opposed to
came into.
near.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, well, we need to cut this
Alright,
conversation off then.
I think west is good. I think the back western side of those mountains.
She's
Oh,
breaking.
wait.
Cutting in and out.
Alright.
Because all the towns look like they're on the eastern side of the mountains.
Yeah,
So if we skirt the back and then into the front, I think that's great.
yeah.
The only thing that we'll probably have to worry about is that valley where all the trees are, because that's probably the way west is probably where the main road is. So that's probably the spot. Well, traveling the bus. You've been super helpful. This is 100% off the books. So, yeah.
You don't have to say yeah at the
Spread this
end.
around.
Yeah.
It sounds so newbie-ish.
At all.
Sound like Alan.
It's from a different continent.
No. Well, I suppose I wish you all luck on your endeavors and on your journey.
Question. Have you ever seen very large flying creatures around here?
Big flat flaps.
Not in a long time. Before
Oh.
my time on taking.
This sounds good. It's good. Okay. Alright. That's good.
Good to know.
Oh yeah, because if we're flying, we don't want to have something in the air with us. So, okay. All right.
Good flat flaps.
That'll
and
work.
bad flat flaps.
Well, it's been very nice meeting you. Again, we are kindred. My name is Torvine, by the way.
Pleasure.
Yes. And there's a lady next to him?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
She
You-
still has her hood up.
Yeah, but she pulled her eyeballs back.
Mm-hmm.
Her
I
goggles.
could see her in her eyeballs.
Not her eyeball.
Yeah, I can see. I have nocturnal vision. I can see.
Woo.
What kind of? Is
Yeah,
she
I'm
human?
just saying, like,
Yeah.
you can tell it's female just by the form and whatnot,
Well,
but
I
she
try not
hasn't,
to.
She has a figure.
decaled, so to speak.
Yeah. Does she have a similar build like Ginger?
There is no red hair
Similar.
sticking out of the
No,
hood.
she doesn't look like she sits around eating bonbons, writing notes out. She's active. She's...
I mean, we can just go.
We can go.
Okay, all right.
Why would we
But-
want to go?
Like, it's been great meeting you, all of you. Thanks for doing your job. Could do
Buenos
without you.
dias,
Yeah.
muchachos.
See ya.
But
Hasta luego.
if we get a chance to come back through, we'll say hi
Howdy do.
if we're alive.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Bye.
So
They all
Let's
just
just come
kind
back
of
to life.
watch you group as you saunter off.
sounds fine.
Does
Hey.
one of us trip?
Not if I'm
I'm
right.
curious, like, you guys show up and
Saunter
it's
with
like,
confidence.
I'm
Whoop,
curious
I meant
which
to do
direction you go.
We're going north.
that. To the ground.
But which way is north?
The way it always has
That
been
way.
with
You don't have
our
your
sense.
compass.
We have our sense.
We know which direction the
Sure,
sun
roll
sets,
a,
okay?
roll a navigation or survival or whatever.
How about right before we walk in? Can you just point us north?
Awareness of the sun.
Okay.
That way we don't have to roll.
That's better because I'm waiting for the, okay, we head out and I'm like, oh, this is going to go well. They're heading south.
That's fine.
When we look at the
They
sun,
don't even know. They don't even know which way they're going.
Yeah,
we
we
roll
do.
awareness
Okay. Well, anyways,
on
I rolled a 5. You know,
Professional.
I'm going right.
We're going north via the round of south. We're going around the tip of the world.
They'll never see it coming.
So there we go.
It's the last thing they'll expect.
It's just like you've never been here before, so it's like, is it this way?
How
Or
do
is it this way?
know?
Or is it that way?
It's one of
We're
them.
going north.
You gotta tell by the sun.
That's what I said. We'll roll
But-
awareness of the sun.
But it's getting close to midday, which means the sun is straight up.
It's not as
Okay.
if we've never looked in the
That's fine.
sun's direction while we traveled. How did
It's
you
just-
get here in the first
It was
place?
just one of those things of like, we're going north. Well, how do you know where north is?
Yeah, well, the Hobbit's going on adventures.
Well,
don't
we
even know where
got
we're going either,
tires.
so I'm fine.
We
I'm
got
going on an
time
adventure.
Okay, yeah.
We got this.
Okay,
Howard.
where are we going?
I'll put out Festus.
Flap,
I'll
flap.
pop up Festus and send him out, and he can see where the mountains are
Mountains are on the other side of Ironstead.
for us. Yeah. Well, Ironstead is right next to the mountains. I
Yep.
thought we were right next to Ironstead.
Yeah,
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 you guys
and
are
then
like
to
a
the left,
football
so
field
See
away
the
from
mountains, so
yeah.
you can
And
see
then the river
where
is
we're
just
going.
another couple miles up, and so you can see that flying.
It's
Yeah.
about,
We know how to find the
day
mossy
and a
side of
half-ish
the tree.
to river.
But just use the Festus mobile.
Well, what's a day and a half? How many miles is a day and a half? That you're thinking?
For you guys hiking.
No,
through
no, 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 no.
forests and
How
whatnot?
many miles is that? Don't worry about how long it takes us to walk.
I don't know. I
We
don't know what
measure
the average
differently on this
miles
continent.
for walking is.
You
It takes
can
20 minutes to walk 1 mile for an average person.
you can walk like 4 miles in an hour.
Okay.
So you said about a
I'm
day and a half
thinking you
walk.
guys walking
put
from
it
like
back.
8 to 10 hours.
Yeah, well, we're not going to do that.
Because
Okay.
that'd be 40
So
minutes.
I just want to know how far away it is. And that's why she said how many miles.
Then it would be close to like 80 to 100 miles.
So 2.5 days?
Or no,
2.5 days
you
is
said
better.
40 in a day.
40 in a day.
Shouldn't that be on the inside
you're
of your
walking for
screen
10
there,
hours.
so that way you can just reference?
So it'd be. Be like 60 to 70.
Which is still close to your 80, you're saying.
Yeah. So it's about a day and a half. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what you're thinking. Well,
For like 8 to 10 hours of walking.
again, we just want miles. So
Yeah,
miles
That's
worth.
what it would be.
Oh, miles.
Like 60 to 70
Okay,
miles.
okay. 60 miles
Mhm.
to the water.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
65. We'll go with 60.
65. There we go. All right.
Do I hear 70?
All right, send Festus forward.
Flap, flap. Whoosh. He's going. Right, Sybil? Festus is going. Places.
What? Sorry, I just got a notification from work. What's going on?
We said, did you release
the one was
Festus to the north?
I'm sorry, work is just all consuming.
Yeah.
What's up?
Can be. All right, this is our plan. Festus is gonna fly, and he goes faster than us, further, because he's not trekking through the woods.
Mhm.
So he does sprinting. He's doubling his speed. He's flying out there, and then right before his time elapse, he'll land, and then we'll far sight him, and then know where that is, and then we'll use the gauntlet and pop up there.
Yeah, and Festus just naturally flies twice as fast as we walk. So
Okay.
So it takes
In theory, it'd
75%
work
of
if
the
you
day.
had any more things for the gauntlet, any more charges.
I know. We're gonna charge it with the
oh
the
yeah,
gem.
but we recharge it. So
Yeah, with the gem. We already did that.
that's
the
what we're
first
about
time
to do.
hearing
So
it.
Yeah.
we can do it at least 3 times today.
So then we'll do that. They'll cut down on our speed so we can get to the river quicker.
Okay, so how long does Festus last? How long is he up for?
Right. I've got this written.
Yeah, you do. We've talked about this.
Oh, there it is.
Because I can.
3 hours.
Aha.
Okay.
Festus lasts for 3 hours.
So it's 8 an hour.
3 hours.
So 8 times 3.
24. He covers 24 miles.
Well, that's up to him. He's doing his math, and he says he's bad at math. So we'll see what happens.
I'm trying to figure out how I would calculate this.
He can cover 4 in an hour,
Oh,
so he can
so-
cover 8 in an hour. 8 times 3 is 24 miles.
Just you're messing because I'm trying to listen to you.
You're
and
erasing
I'm trying-
everything on that ceiling he's
Yeah,
looking at.
essentially.
Keep staring.
Put a hole in it.
Okay, so it would take two and a partial rounds of that for you to get to the river.
Yeah. See, he's doing more than what you're thinking.
Well,
That's
that's
what-
what I was thinking too, but I didn't
Yeah.
say that part out loud.
Correct.
Because if he's traveling double the distance that you guys would be walking, plus he's not going through forest, and he's just flying above
Correct.
it, 3 hours would technically be 6 hours of travel.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
That's the math that I was doing. Anyhow, okay, so it would take 2 and then a partial.
Okay. Before he does that, I'll give him a potion of speed.
Killing me here. He's a dragon reach already. Wow!
And she's like,
Just going around the
It's
globe.
like a hamster's wheel.
Red Bull gives you wings. Not sponsored.
I hate you.
Tweet, tweet.
Are you actually giving him a potion of speed?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark it off right now.
His voice
Okay,
is
so
really
it would be 1 and a partial.
In a partial and a pear tree. Okay. All right. While he's zipping, I pretty much would be filling my glove up while he's doing his stuff. I'd be all charged up. And then when he gets to the first section, then I would do far sight over to him, and I would know what's going on there. And then I would open up a portal. We all step in where Festus is, and then start the second leg and do the same thing.
Okay, so you get to the river.
Down by the riverside.
but we could have him fly across the river.
We are,
Okay.
but
But
we have to make sure it's a good spot because that would finish up my charge. Because this is my second charge, and I can't recharge it again. So
All
we
these
have to make
charges.
sure that, yeah, I know, that we have all of our assets, or oh no, we're out. So. But yes, that is the plan. You are correct. Okay, so we'll land next to the river, and he finds a spot that, and I'm sure he's looking over and making sure there's no troops
Yeah,
or
but if-
individuals close by, so when we land, we won't be close to be spotted.
Okay.
But if he's
So-
going half a distance that he could go, he could have him figure out where is a good place to go, and then we could get over there.
Okay, you tell that to Sybil, and then we'll change our plan so he's across on the second time.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yep. And then we could call it a day and go back somewhere.
back.
That's true too. There's
so
no
you're
limit.
not. So you're not spending the night in
We could go
enemy
back to King's
territory
Harbor if
across
we
the
want.
Oh,
river.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
back.
yeah.
We just said we
Yeah.
weren't going.
You could go to. Well, technically,
Kings.
you could use all 3 charges because you have a recall stone to go back to Morningdale if you wanted to.
If we
Either way,
wanted
whatever.
to.
No, yeah, that's true too. How's that sound, Sybil? The storyteller decided to be nice to us.
Oh,
Did you
well,
hear
then we should let him.
Yeah, okay.
Watch out for the mouse. Watch out for the computer mouse.
That was well worth it, Kimberly. Thank you. Okay. Set up.
CPR needed.
All right.
No, I'm good.
So we would like to take advantage of that opportunity and then do that, go deeper, and then one more shot, and then use the stone to go back.
Okay.
We'll use all 3 charges because that will get us further.
Magic rock.
All right. I need Festus to do a awareness check for me for sight to
Okay.
see.
I've also taken off Festus's armor.
So he looks like a bird,
Oh,
not an armored flying mechanical creature.
says
Yeah,
brakes
so he
on
doesn't
the
have
side.
anything on him. He's just a bird.
Look, a bird.
Awareness, eh?
Hey.
All right, that's a 5%.
Okay.
Dang. All right.
No problem.
Hawk boy.
He lands, he searches around and lands and finds a spot that, looks like there's nobody around and drops for your second
Cross.
drop, but it's across.
Yes.
Other
Okay,
side of
you
it.
guys pop in,
Bippity
send him
boppity.
on his way again. Okay.
Ah!
This is towards
How
the forest.
long does the potion of speed last?
Not long.
Really doesn't last that long. I think it's only like a minute plus. No, a minute. I think that's what it was.
Got this idea that
It's a minute
the
the
whole
far
turn.
sight.
It's 3 hours in my other game. I think. It's
Well, we're not in that one,
I know.
so we're in this
What?
game.
Potion.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
It's
he,
okay. We
he wants to see how long the potion of speed lasts.
because it might not last the whole.
Oh,
It says 1 minute round about.
Yeah.
I see.
So then
60
it wouldn't
seconds.
really
like
gain
10
us.
So we're
minutes.
back to the river.
So basically we'd use
Oh, it's about 10 minutes.
all 3
No.
charges to get across the river, and then we'd go back to Morningdale.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
McCarty's looking
Instead
at
of just
this
stopping
one.
short, we'll extend it to go the extra charge to go across. Yeah. Yep. So
Well,
we.
it's 2 and a partial to get to the
Right,
river.
so that
you would be
partial,
we
Yeah.
just be
just go like
Yeah,
as far
we'll
as we
just
can.
go across.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we'll use a stone to go back, and then the next day we're all reset, and then we start over.
Right now.
While we're back to town, I'd like to buy another potion of speed.
And we-
Since-
I mean, if you don't want to use it, I mean that's fine.
I don't think we need
In
to.
Because you would have thought about it and been
in
like,
retro-
yeah, it's not
Yeah,
gonna do
I was
anything.
hoping it would last
In
longer.
retrospect,
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. All right, I won't use it.
Okay.
No, we're retro.
And we're gonna make sure
It was fun while we were.
Oak comes out,
Yeah.
and he can rest and
Okay.
Oh, here
recover.
it is.
He's already been
Nope, it's
at
not even
rest
10 minutes,
for a
it's 1
while.
minute.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
you guys head back to Morningdale. Anything else? You get anything you want to do before moving on to the next day? Sybil, do you want to look through the field note pamphlet thing that
Just wrote the same number.
Just
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'd like to do that night,
Yeah.
the evening.
okay.
Is that any information anyone else needs to know?
In it, you find right as you take off the binding and or the string that's wrapped around holding it together, compact. You find a handwritten note on the top that says, "Here's some information on what you might encounter in the region that your party is looking to go.
It's another.
If it's anything like the reports have said, you may run into these or encounter things written in this ledger, I guess, but in these notes, and then signed Galterus. In it is some
So what you're saying is I have Galtrus's handwriting.
correct.
Oh, good to know, good to know, good to know.
Yes. Of course.
All right,
No
so
reason, no reason at
flipping
all.
through here, you find some information on regions with extreme cold and types of creatures that you may encounter in such regions. One of the things mentioned in here with the extreme cold is without any protection of, or supernatural protection of cold or the elements, it can be very brutal traveling there for extended periods of time, especially hiking and whatnot through extreme temperatures of cold. Going through then with the creatures that you may encounter, there are 4 specific ones that have sketches of them. First is a frost troll, which is essentially the same as what you're used to for trolls, but these ones have a lot of fur around them and have the typical exaggerated like canine or tusks that come out from their lower lip. They don't have as many like jagged protrusions out of their body, but it's mainly just fur because of the elements, and they have white fur. Basically the same information that you would expect for trolls with regeneration and whatnot are listed as things that would be need to know for this creature. Frost giants. In there you have notated about different abilities that they have and are known to have, weapons that they tend to use, things like that. Also yetis, which are kind of similar to trolls, only they don't have the regenerative qualities and are kind of like frozen wasteland apes, I guess, essentially you could note it as.
You frozen wasteland ape, you.
Other than that,
It's a long title.
there is
As
one
he's
other
beating on
one
you.
which is known as a Nagamba, which is a
Is a type
wyvern type creature that does not have wings, but has a scale body or scales on its body, and it is white in color, and it resembles kind of like a large canine with scales across its body.
Oh, that's right.
If it wasn't for the fact that you are traveling there hunting or looking for a dragon, the Nagamba would be considered the apex predator of a region that is a frozen type region.
Can
or
we get
wasteland.
like an assignment to get one of those? They're rare, so you would think some exotic person would
Probably.
like to get. We'd like to get one of those.
Okay. I mean, if there's a contract for one at this time.
Okay, we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Or we get it and then we find a contract. Oh, here you go. Fulfilled.
This
I'd
Nagamba
like to know before,
as
but yeah,
well
that's a possibility.
has very long canines, I guess you could say, similar to like a saber-toothed
Saber-toothed
tiger that comes down and goes over the lips, the lower lips, and then weird enough, its claws on both the front and back
Like a raptor.
have what you would expect, almost similar to a feline, where it has retractable
Yeah.
claws, but it doesn't just have one row. It has one row that's where its paw is, and then it has another set that comes out on top of it.
A double rake.
It is very, even though it is large, it is very agile and very cunning, I guess you could say. It, like I said, resembles a canine, like a wolf or something like that, but in
like
some ways it resembles a canine and a feline predator.
Do they fight in packs?
Kind of mixed. No.
Okay.
They are a solo act.
That's good.
Unless it has young with it.
That's too bad.
But most of the time it does not take young. Like if it's a mother, it does not take young on its hunting outings. It will bring food back to it.
10 days. Okay. And that's it?
That's it.
Nice.
Well, let's not go that far.
So that is what is in that little field note book that Galtris gave.
Is there any empty pages in case we find something? and
Oh
we
yeah,
want to
there's
put it in?
pages at the back that aren't filled out.
Okay.
But this is something over the course of several days that you guys said and showed interest in going to this region, and from his knowledge of what type of region and the wasteland, frozen wasteland that it is, he put this together for you guys.
He does love
Well,
us.
that was nice.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I knew it. I could see it in his eyes. There's a glimmer. Okay. Okay. Well, we're staying tonight and everything. Then I'll do my regular ritual before I go to bed. I'll do my remove misfortune.
We're gonna do anything to prepare for the cold.
Light a fire.
Get a slipper.
Just
Yeah.
Just
that's-
one.
Yeah.
not two.
Because the other one you need
Just
to
like you need
probably
one glove,
fight
not
with
two
because
gloves.
you're gonna need everything you can to fight with. So we'll practice standing on one foot.
La chancla.
So
One.
all I have is for cold. I mean, I have the ring of protection from the elements for cold resistance. That's really all you need. Unless you have a ring of warmth or
Is
something
that-
that keeps you warm in a cold environment.
Yeah.
Is the ring of cold resistance enough?
It'll essentially make it feel like it's mild out.
Yeah. Does it let you walk on top of the snow?
No.
I have medallion of cold. Would that help me?
You have a
What does
cold?
it say?
Medallion of
What
cold.
does it say?
Wearer is bonded to this item. They are granted resistance to all cold and ice damage, not just ice, so cold damage. The wearer also gains negative 20% chance to be frozen or slowed due to a cold base attack.
So
Yeah.
So
I have pocket amulet and medallion of cold. Smells like Mr. T when this is all over.
you just sound particularly blessed over there.
Everything hanging off my neck.
I think you have too many things, Mrs. T.
I was gonna
You
say,
like-
I
you
think
like-
you need to
Like Michael
choose-
Phelps with all of his medals.
Yeah.
Hey, the amulet is a pocket amulet, so
Where you
if
put
it
it
was
in
a
your-
locket,
in your
it could
throat?
be around
Does
my
it? Does
neck.
the pocket amulet need bonding too? You don't have a card for it.
No, I was gonna say like it's not in there.
So just tell them the answer you
It's
want
not
to
in the
say.
card.
No, it doesn't require bonding.
I was
so
gonna
you don't
say
have
I'm
to
like
bond.
you better not require bonding.
Okay.
for that item.
Otherwise, you'd have to
Or
remove
so help
the
me.
medallion of cold or whatever.
Because it's all hanging around Sage Bob.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
So does me being a Vigon make it
You have cold
okay for
resistance in your race.
me? Yeah.
Because
It explains that.
mountains.
You know, what is your
Minus 20% to be frozen or slowed by cold. Minus 2 to cold base saving throw.
You'll still be cold.
I would say that for the beginning parts, you would have a little bit of resistance to it, but as you get closer to Dragon's Reach, you're gonna start to experience some of the negative side effects
Yeah.
if you don't have
The ring.
you know,
You do have a
something
ring, right?
supernaturally protecting them.
I don't think so. Did we get one?
Sybil
Yeah.
and Torvine got rings.
Yeah.
For everyone? Or
No,
just
they got
we-
rings for each
For ourselves.
for themselves.
Yeah.
Because we're
Then
sellers.
I don't have one.
Okay. What's it, 800 gold pieces to get one? You want to splurge 800?
That's fine.
Okay. Do you want it out of the kindred account?
Is it elements or is it cold?
No, it's cold.
It's just cold.
It's cold.
Cold.
Didn't you say you got something that was elements?
That is an element. Cold is an element.
Oh.
Yes.
Not one that is.
Yes. It's
all
not
of the
like Ben
elements.
10. You just turn it to the one you want. Okay. So, you
Okay.
can. Are you going to use that on your sheet money, or do you want me to take it out of the kindred from the temple?
Yeah, you can take it out of that. That's fine.
You don't want to change your mind? That's fine. Oh no. It was burnt to the ground. I sent all the money to California.
The temple.
The Temple of
I'm
Recovery.
sure they have temples
As
there.
long as it's not the Temple of Doom, we're okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
You're so top guy. It's not because you're tall. is it?
That's what you get for being tall.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a curse.
Mm-hmm. By the way, can you get that off the top shelf for us?
Sounds like you're grocery shopping or something. You're always looking for something to grab.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're the one who likes
The moment
to
you
shop.
raise the ceiling.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, if he raises the
Okay.
ceiling, it's for his own good.
We're good to go then. We
Bippity boppity.
there's nothing really. No, we're at that other town. We're not
Morning down.
Morningdale. Why can't I remember Morningdale? Anyways,
You guys
so
have been a few places.
yeah, we've been around. That's true.
Haven't
So you
spoken
know what would
in
have
a
been a
while.
great Christmas present? Is if you got a ring of cold resistance for your wife.
Nice fancy ring with like a blue stone on it.
Mhm.
Something.
Something.
Or look at a globe. You
If
shake
only
it
I
and
got
it's a
her
little-
something for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me, I gotta take my snowflake watch to go get a new battery this week. It has a blue wristband.
Yeah, something
It's
positive
my
is coming out.
snowflake
of this.
wife.
Hey,
Okay.
don't
All right.
get it twisted.
Then I guess everything's recharged and ready, unless you guys have something else that we can't think of. We'll wake up in the morning, we'll say it's time to go, then we'll open up a portal and go back to the last place we were at.
Okay. Same process.
Yeah, we'll do Festus.
Okay. Which route are you guys taking
We're going
from the river?
we're going straight north because we know what direction north is, and it's going to be west
And because it's more
of that mountain and its little baby city, going towards the wooded valley there on the other side of that mountain.
So on the backside of Ebenhammer?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, on the backside of Ebenhammer,
That
in
place.
from the edge of the mountain there into the little pine forest. Yeah. And we'll hug more onto the east side of the little pine forest, so we're not too close to whatever that is. The irony psychos. What is that called? Iron.
The place there next to the mountains?
Yeah.
Iron Guard.
Yeah. We don't want to go there.
That's their Sindaxia's version of the.
Ironstead.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we don't want to get close to that.
Not at this
So
point.
yep, we'll go straight north towards the little pine forest on the west side of Ebenhammer, and then stay on the north side of Ebenhammer and go through the woods towards Dragon Reach.
Okay.
That's where Festus goes.
Okay. So 3 charges would get you past the mountains there where Ebenhammer is.
Mhm.
So are you going to then head towards the mountain where the Eben Rock mine is?
Yeah, we're going northeast at an angle.
Oh. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're following the words,
But
pine forest
you're
for a
gonna
living.
end. Your 3 charges are gonna get you basically here.
Well, we can also
To the-
replenish with the
Oh, I
stone.
see. It's bottom to right here. Okay, that's fine.
So you went from here
Yeah,
and went around to here.
yeah, we'll go around. Yeah. hmm
Okay, so you end up
And
here.
and then we can charge it.
Okay. My question is like, are you going around the back
Yes,
side?
yes,
like
we're
that?
going around the backside.
Okay.
Yeah. What would you advise?
Okay, so you guys, by the end of this,
Go.
are going to be just short of reaching the outside
Base of the mountain.
base there
That's
of the mountains there that are
Yeah.
on the left side.
There's always tomorrow. And then we can use a stone and go back to Dale.
Morning Dale.
Morningdale, yeah, yeah.
Not evening Dale. Morning Dale.
Yeah, yeah.
First thing in the morning.
Yes.
But it's not spelled like morning.
It's not smelled like that at all, you're
It
right.
doesn't smell like
Spelled like
morning either.
death.
It
If it
smells
does-
like the type of morning that
Yeah,
it is spelled as.
Smells
You
like
take a
roadkill.
shower. Okay.
In the
In
Dale.
the morning
Okay.
of roadkill.
Yes.
Okay. All right then. So we'll do that, and then from there, we have another evening. If you have anything at Morningdale you would like to do before we pop in one more time at the base of these mountains, then now's the time. I guess I would go to the temple and I would have some quiet time with the Creator, and maybe what's the name of Fabio, the Immortal? What's his name? You remember?
Immortal? In Morningdale?
No, he's everywhere. Is the Immortal, the guy who
McClure?
really? He's an immortal?
No.
Wow!
I'm trying
I didn't know that.
I'm trying to.
Plot twist!
I'm trying to
He's
find.
been here the whole time!
I'm
He's been
trying
orchestrating
to
it, too.
find a name that has to do with Morningdale.
Oh, wow.
I'm like cataloging
He has
the
nothing
names
to
in my
do with
head.
morning.
No, he doesn't.
I'm like, who is it?
Morningdale is because we have time. yeah,
And you're like trying to think of who
Yeah.
was in Morningdale.
The
I'm
immortal
like,
that
who?
saved you
Who?
from Faden.
Who didn't really save us. He just grabbed us when we were jumping off a building. And put us to the wrong
Sorry.
place. Oops, sorry. And then sent us somewhere. He did a
I
gaff.
can't remember his name. As soon as we find it, we're gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, duh.
So what's Fabio's name?
Fabio.
I
Clearly.
don't know, you tell me.
I
You
know.
shall
I'll
not be
roll
named.
my intelligence.
Okay, finally, let's get to it.
Takes his brain out of his head.
It's an
and
8 out of a
talks.
19.
Brailleal.
Brailleal, his braids.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
B-R, yeah, well, me neither.
Neither.
B-R-A-L.
Okay.
I-E-L.
L-I-E-L.
Like Gabriel.
Yes.
But no B.
Obviously no.
Well, that's because he's a buh. Alright.
He's got a.
He's no Bubba.
Bubba. The chubby immortal. Hey,
The more
Bubba, come
tired
on
we
over
get,
here.
the more we digress.
Put down those ribs. Come on over
You
here.
get an immortal, it had to be the chubby immortal.
Yeah. He's
Hey,
still
When can we
earning.
upgrade to the average immortal?
Yeah. He's earning his wings still, like
Yes.
Clarence. Yeah. Okay.
You look like the type of guardian angel I'd
I,
get.
yeah. That's okay.
Did you mention he's
Um,
blind? No.
So I would pray and talk to the Creator first, and then I would see if I could have an audience with Brailleal. Do I have to roll see if I can get an audience with Brailleal?
So are you doing like intervention type deal, or like what are you? I don't
If he comes, he'd be interventing. Yeah, it's a talk request. Sure.
Or are you just
Chit-chat.
trying to commune to try to speak with him?
Yeah, there's nothing for him to do for me right now.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a d20 for me. This is for charisma.
Oh, charisma. I need a 1. No, reroll. I do have a reroll. Apparently, I'm not supposed to talk to this guy. That's 217, so.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's worth a try. Okay. And
Sybil's going to use the training room in the basement for the first time ever.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm having a hard time figuring out the receipts that you gave me.
Oh, that's fine. Sure. Let's see if I'll have a hard time too. Which is fine.
This point in the evening, who knows?
Okay. Anything specific you want to do training wise, Sybil?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Just move the equipment from one side to the other, like 4 or 5 times. I don't know.
Rearrange
Just
the
do
office.
some general training. Like running laps, doing like the back and forth across the sand pit or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Suicides?
Burpees.
Burpees are not back and forth.
Yeah, they don't call them suicides anymore.
Suicides.
I don't know what they
I
call
forget
them.
what they. Yeah.
They're called suicides. Shuttle drills.
Yeah, I don't remember what they call them now.
They're still suicides to me.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything specific?
What could I do to help improve my charisma?
Well, have you tried dance fighting?
Look at my list I have prepared.
Have you tried dance fighting?
Doing
That's all I
anything that
have to
would
say.
require charisma checks, so you trying to persuade people, essentially.
Okay. What? Guess what's an example of something that I could persuade that's, I guess, not negative? Is there something that's like a general conversation?
I mean, you could try talking to one of your party members to see if there's, to practice trying to be more persuasive. You could do something actually trying to persuade them of something. Of like, hey, Cara, I think that, you should give me your medallion of cold or whatever, like something trying to persuade somebody to do something. You could go and try to sell possibly something to somebody in Morningdale or wherever you are and try to barter a price with them and try to persuade them for a higher price.
Okay.
Or try to buy something and try to barter for a better price.
Well, I need another potion, a healing potion, so maybe I can do that.
Okay. So you're gonna go to the temple and buy a healing potion, which just a generic one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 50 gold.
So I'll roll to see if I could get it for 45.
Okay.
I got a natural 2.
Okay. They know you pretty well, and they know that you guys, do business here, and that you guys have a house here. So, sure, we'll give you a discount.
So I will mark off that. Do you have another token I can
Token?
for the healing potion?
Yes, I can give you that. I'm gonna say I don't give tokens out for nobles.
Oh.
I was like, what?
Like, what are we doing again?
Okay.
Well, that landed.
It did. They're pretty heavy. They're
Sorry,
heavy duty.
earbud users.
They're heavy duty.
Landed with a kerthud.
Right.
All right. Anybody else doing anything?
Nope.
Okay. So next day, you guys are just short of the range there. Mount range for Dragon's Reach, and even though most of you guys have supernatural, or all of you guys, I guess now have supernatural protection from the
Cold.
extreme cold.
We came prepared.
Even with that, you guys can sense, it's not uncomfortable, but you can sense that progressing, that the weather is getting very cold.
Rising
You know what we
temperature.
own is doing its job.
Essentially. So,
Taking it up a notch.
how are we
came
progressing through this frozen region of Dragon's Reach?
prepared. Slowly.
Do we see any evidences of trails or roads that ever existed? Any ancient
Where
pathways?
you are right now, no.
Because
Okay.
snow.
Because there used to be a kingdom in this region somewhere.
You guys, like I said, are on the right next to that far left mountain
Yeah.
there in that frozen region.
Okay, so we don't see any possible old towerly banners that showed like a marker, this is our property or anything? Nothing?
No
Okay.
signs of civilization right now. You guys are right on the edge of the forest there.
Do we see anything in the sky?
Not as of now. Not anything.
What is in the sky?
foul.
Weather-wise, what's it? What, is there clouds?
Right now, it's partly cloudy.
Okay. Now, we have no idea where this dragon concept is.
Correct.
Do we want to skirt around it and see if we can find any remnants of entrance ways that might lead to a city that where the heart of it, these things might be? Or just go in the middle and say, oh boy, what kind of animals do we run into? Do you guys want to skirt around or do you want to just walk into it?
Good question.
I think going around might be a good idea.
Yeah. We've never been here before and we didn't learn too much about.
Okay. Do you want to go to the north side or the south side?
I say south side. There's
Where are
less
we right now?
mountains.
We're on the west.
The west side?
I say south side. There's less mountains on the south side.
Wasn't there a play? South side?
Oh, no.
Okay. According to the map, the south side almost looks like it has a nice white beach on the bottom. But there is, yeah, bring your umbrella, boys. But the north side, there are no recorded towns or anything. On the south side, we still have the ornery town or whatever it's called. It's eluding me. By that little mountain all by itself. This one here. This little tooth all by itself. There's a town connected to it.
Yeah, you guys passed that.
Yeah. If we go along the south side, I don't know, there might be patrols or whatever if we go through that little valley thing. But if we go up north, there is no patrols, there's no moving, there's nothing up there.
Then we probably should go that way. Otherwise, we just go up to where we need to go.
So north?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, north sound fine?
I mean, I prefer the south, but that's okay.
Well, south there's gonna be potentially people we'll run into.
Yeah, true, I guess.
Well, that's true. You do love people.
I do, but also no.
But not the racist.
Well, I value people for the information.
Oh, Rayla might get some money out of it.
She doesn't want to stand around talking to people in the cold.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's hard to be polite.
Change
when
the
you're-
thing.
Having all the snow beating against your
Yeah.
Your
face.
It's
environment
distracting.
does
Yeah.
change
Okay.
things.
All right. Then we'll skirt along the side going north. Though I think you'd have a better chance going south because that's probably the direction the ports and all that stuff was a long time ago. Well, we'll go north. That sound good, Sybil?
Woohoo!
I think I still like south, but I'm outvoted, so we'll go north.
Well, there's two southers.
Yeah, I agreed with the south.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we
too.
could run into people if we go south, Sybil.
The unpeopley people are
We could run into
saying
people if we go north. We're skirting a forest. It's the same distance.
Well, if we go south, we'll be closer to a town, an actual town.
rock,
You
paper,
guys
scissors.
are at the edge of the forest now, but
Not
if you go to the base of the
really.
mountains,
I don't see a town anywhere near the front of these mountains.
you need to remember
it
where
looks
you
the
are
same
and where you're
distance
traveling
almost.
Where are we trying to get to?
to. What is this?
I'm okay with north.
What
We'll
is
just
this?
go. We'll just stick with this whole
What
north
is this
pattern.
area
That's fine.
known for?
Snow.
Snow region, yes.
I know.
Well, you mean the creatures, dragons.
The white dragons.
And it was attempted to be retaken multiple times, and people left their homes and towns and everything to leave the region.
So there's more than
So
one
the
town.
likelihood of you guys moving into this region and encountering anyone
Is low.
is probably very, very low.
Slim to none.
Are you saying nil? You almost said nil.
I almost said no.
Slim to none. It's pretty
Fine.
cool.
I think the shortest route, though, instead of going north, is south. I was just thinking about being
You guys are not at the
incognito.
base of the mountains yet, but you are on the
Yeah.
outskirts of the forest.
Alright.
So it depends on how around south or north you want to.
Well, we're gonna hug the mountains as close as possible.
Yeah. At that point, you're
Alright,
like.
yeah.
At that point, you're like a half a day from the forest anyway.
Yeah. Alright, well,
So
let's
you're
stay
not
in the
within
snowy
eyesight
regions.
of anybody.
Bless you.
Got
We'll
it.
be in the snowy regions and we'll go south because we're gonna ignore the population because no one goes here anyways.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. It's fine. We'll stay in the south side but in the snowy regions.
Now, as you are traveling, are we sticking close to the mountains the entire way and just following the base of the mountains, or are we just doing that until we don't see the forest anymore and then we're spreading out into the wide open frozen wasteland?
So are
I
we
think
traveling or are
closer
we
to the
using
mountains.
Festus still?
Well, we can still send a Festus up.
It'd be easier to find like an
hours,
older
yeah, we
trail
need-
marker or something
Yeah.
if we can be close to it.
Yeah. Yeah. As we go, do you want to have Festus to look as we travel?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And we'll hug the mountains.
We'll let
We're not
them
going to
fly.
stay out in the middle of the snow lands between the forest. We're going to go right along the edge of the mountains.
Okay. Alright, so are you leapfrogging like you were before
With Festus?
with Festus?
Yeah, because I think we have to get to the flat area. Yeah.
Are we doing this one
I think
full-
that'd be good at least for the first
The
trip
first.
that we were
Yeah.
away from
Yeah.
Okay, so
just
you would
any
have
accidents.
one charge to get to where you left off, which is at the
And then, right, then we'll,
outskirts of the forest.
yeah, then we'll do 2 charges.
And then you would have 2 charges.
Mhm.
So that would get you around
The first.
basically close to here. You would be following the mountain
Yep.
and then end up basically where the D is in Dragon's Reach.
Right. That's fine.
Okay.
And report from Festus what he saw while he was doing those travels before we did our.
Well, as you guys follow the base of the mountains, which you guys aren't walking the entire way, but as he's flying over close to the base of the mountains there, for that first set, you can see the peak for the first mountain there. And then as you follow it down, there's kind of a raised rim to it, and it kind of curves around and makes like a half circle-ish.
Yeah.
And this is still, where if you traveled like a half a day or whatever, you would still meet the forest or whatever.
Yeah.
But in that half circle, he finds remnants of a frozen over village or town.
Not a city, but a town.
Yes.
An outskirts. Okay. Well,
we might be able to find a road there that leads
yeah.
towards.
If he sees that in the first leg, then that's where
Yeah.
we'll stop.
Okay.
That's where we see civilization.
Okay.
And they might have some warm soup or something for us.
I did say a frozen over.
It's a crust. Let's
No,
not be
we're
surface
talking
here.
like the wind is blowing and the icicles are like, to the side
See,
from the
in
signs.
his house, what he does is he'll boil water and then he'll freeze it so it's already boiled and ready to go later. So then
Pre-boiled water.
yeah, pre-boiled water. Yep.
It's awesome. You get rid of all the germs,
Okay.
all the contaminants.
Yep.
Yep.
So then when he needs
Until
to
someone sticks their
boil
tongue
water
in it.
again, he just pulls out the frozen boiled water and then.
So
Right.
here
Can
you
you
go.
check the town for like movement if there's like creatures there at present?
Sure. He
Okay.
does a couple circles around, and he does notice some creatures in there, but nothing alarming. More of just like
Like a rabbit? Or
yeah,
what
yeah,
is
like a
that?
white rabbit, and I'm trying to think of other
Lucky
other
foot.
creatures that would be like in
A fox?
snowy. Yeah,
Like fox?
yeah, just typical type woodland
Okay,
type
that's not
creatures
bad.
that have moved into the town, but
And if they're happy to be there, then that means that is at least directly nearby.
Stag.
Nothing predator has killed them off.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go there.
okay.
And then we'll, and if he sees
Yeah.
like an inlet into the mountain, maybe like a trail used to be
Yeah.
or something.
Like a road or something. Yeah, that's
Yeah, there's a central like you can sense like what would have been a road leading into the town,
How
and
out
then
of
you
it?
can see the where the houses were set up and where the streets would have been, the alleyways.
One way in? That's it? Yeah. Which is from the valley.
Because the back of the town is butted up against the base of the mountain.
So there's no other direction. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, like I said, it's in that
Alright.
like.
Oh, we'll visit it
Okay,
anyways.
Okay, well, it's a good starting spot.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, alright. It's a good Helm's Deep. Okay.
Yeah, it's a
All right.
good starting location.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Alright, we'll go investigate.
Okay. You go into the town and you see the little critters kind of scamper off as you guys approach and make your way
Okay.
into the town.
What time is it?
Well, I mean,
It was
you would have. This
first
would be the first leg, which you guys would have popped in at the forest in the morning.
It's about 10.
Yeah, it would have been. It would be late.
3 hours in? From 7?
Yeah. It would be late
Okay.
morning.
Okay, so it's before noon. So too bad we didn't grab a rabbit. It could have been lunch. Okay. So is a circular town, and we just goes in and just has a couple rings of houses, or how's that look?
It's close to the size of what you guys are familiar with for Morningdale.
No, not that close.
It's not circular. It's kind of like a square, but then it has like rounded edges to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, oval in the front. Okay. It's square in the back, oval in the front. Okay.
So rounded corners or complete?
Yeah, rounded corners.
Yeah,
is
Okay,
what
so
I'm
it's not a
referring to.
complete
Yeah.
half circle.
Yeah, it's the mountain area that it's in is a half circle. The town comes out straight, like the walls would have been straight, and then whenever it gets to where it would cross to meet each other, it's rounded, and it rounds and then it goes straight.
So all
they
the
have
corners
rounded
are round.
corners.
Okay. All right, we'll go in and see if there's like a building that's recognizable, maybe like a temple or a capital building for central government and stuff.
Going in, I mean, you would find what you would expect for homes and whatnot. I mean, you guys, the homes look a little bit different than what you guys are used to. I mean, but you are in Sindaxia and you're not really too familiar with how the home structures and whatnot look. But there is a central larger building that is at the far end, the back of the town,
Mm-hmm.
that's butted up against the back of the mountains there, the base of the mountains.
Is the front of them, are they square or are they rounded off like the building, the whole structure of the town?
It's square.
Oh, so, okay, so we build houses like that too. All right. Is it made out of stone?
No, this is made out of wood.
Wood.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have vibes of dwarves or elves here?
Vibes.
There's no one particular race that it resembles, like looking elven or dwarven. This one looks. Some buildings resemble kind of like have like a elvish type theme to it, and others have like more of a dwarven theme to them. But there's no one particular theme.
But they are the two types of styles that we see.
Yeah, and it's not what you guys are used to, but you can see the kind of motif to it.
Okay. Are the roofs broken off and all that stuff?
Some of them do have like holes in the roofs and whatnot.
But some are intact.
Yeah, I mean none of the buildings are fully intact.
Oh, okay. So they are broke.
Ruins.
Okay.
It's been
Well,
thousands
they're
of
looking
years.
at that. I'm
before.
sending Festus down the road.
The only reason any
Yeah,
of the
that'd be
buildings
nice.
like that are made of wood are still standing is because it's frozen.
All right. Okay, so Festus is going down the road. You said
So is it
Yeah.
blizzarding out, or is it
just
just
partly
like
cloudy.
It's partly cloudy.
okay?
Is there a
As
breeze?
you
Is
guys
it wind and
from,
snow
from where
and-
from where you guys started, it is getting cloudier as you guys are making your way farther away from the woods. So it is a bit
So the
cloudier.
further east we go, there's.
Yes.
And is it snowing? Is it windy?
There's slight flurries that you can see in the air.
But it's not like a storm. It's just normal cold
Right.
weather.
It's just the
mixed
occasional,
moisture.
you just see a white
Okay.
speckle coming down.
All right, we don't see anything standing out like someone broke a cart and it had something in it, like they left in a hurry.
No, I mean there are carts that are left there, but nothing resembles like they were running for their lives and they're running away in a hurry and trying to. Get
So if
out
they
in a
left, they
rush.
probably
So are
didn't
there,
leave anything really behind.
are there skeletons?
I mean, if it depends on whether you're going through each of the houses here, but for the first little leg getting into the town, you don't see any humanoid remains.
I think the big thing is probably to go into the Capitol building. It looks like a library or some sort, and just see if they have anything. If not, then just go.
Okay.
As you guys are progressing through, you make an awareness check for me.
All of us?
Yep.
Unaware, I
19.
think it's
I
probably
don't know where Marie went.
good. She inquired.
She probably went to the kitchen to pick up.
Choir's
something.
not. Choir's
No,
still
choir's
on.
4:30. Would have happened a long time
I
ago.
was
Yeah.
gonna say, I'm like,
Yeah,
She put her dice away.
yeah, she did pick up.
okay.
I can roll
quick.
I was gonna say, well, I was hoping she'd be in here for this, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Those are two.
We expect greater things now that you're over there. Because you
Okay.
roll different percents than she does. Don't let us down.
So an even 40.
That's not bad. It's better than 89 or something.
Actually, not awareness. I'm sorry, sixth sense. I'm sorry.
Oh, alright, I'll still leave
Okay.
that.
So she
It's
got a
6
40
cents
out of
for everybody.
55.
Alright, let's
And Sybil, you can do awareness for smell if you want.
alright.
Awareness for smell.
Yes.
Alright.
And sixth sense if you want to.
Alright, I got a great success on my
Okay.
6 cents.
And 6.
Yeah, I think I got a
Okay.
good success.
Alright. I got a standard for both.
Okay. You smell
You smell.
Yeah,
something.
I have a good.
Yeah.
It smells animal-like, like fur, it's a little weird because you're in a strange environment and the weather isn't helping.
Well, that's not. But a first smell to me is a smell sort of like when I smelt the night dwell, sort of
No.
primal.
I mean, everything smells.
It is primal, like
different when
animalistic though.
It's called alive.
We've been around a lot of animals that have fur.
But the rest of you feel like you're being, those of you that passed your sixth sense
Yeah.
feels like you being watched, and those of you that did better than just standard or good feel like you're being stalked by something.
Do we have a directional of where that could be from the stands that we have?
It's just one of those, like, your hair stands up on your back, like, I feel like we're being watched and being hunted.
Where are we and what vantage points can we know of?
You are, like, midway through the town at this point.
Okay, so you're not giving us, like, if we're in a building or something yet. Because we're going to be in a large building.
I'm assuming you're in the streets and you're just kind of casually walking through, taking in the...
You did mention that we did see where the bigger buildings were for the...
Yeah, on the far end.
And that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Then I would since I feel that way, so I would tell everyone, guys, feels like something's eyeballing us, we need to get in a defensive posture.
Yeah, I agree. I feel the same way.
Okay.
So,
if you want to make an awareness check to look around to see if you notice
yeah, I'm
anything,
already paranoid.
go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just watch out. I think I smell something that isn't a rabbit.
Yeah.
Just not sure what.
A big rabbit, but pointy teeth. Alright.
Hey, those are the worst.
They are, and no one believes you.
I wouldn't laugh if I were you.
I got a great success on
Alright, I got a great success too.
Okay. You guys look up and you see, looking through one of the broken down buildings, you see a feline face looking through at your party and just kind of hunched down.
Is that the type that had the long teeth?
No, this is furry. Almost looks
furry.
like a mountain lion, but it's
Yeah.
white.
Didn't it have armor on it or something? Oh, that was the other one.
But you see essentially like a snow leopard, but you just see the face of it poking through, watching you guys.
Okay, well that's not a big deal.
And as you all, those of you that made your check, look and notice it, it kind of backs away and then quietly climbs down and exits the building.
Bob, before it does that,
Counterspell.
what in the world is
Go
that?
back to where you came from!
Oh, I thought I had it. A ranger wants to do something special.
Yeah, she came in and then she left.
Well, that could be special. I want to do sleep on it.
Okay. So it comes down from its perch and, just does that little...
Yeah, yeah.
And then starts to exit, not in a attacking or pouncing position, but, curiously exits and looks at your group and gets like halfway out of the broken down area opening for the building, and it's like halfway out.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
What's the save on the whiz
19,
save?
minus 6.
What is a whiz save though?
Yes. And yeah, I'll leave it at minus 6. That's 28 point 28 levels of
28
life
life die?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it takes one look and then you just kind of look over at it and motion in its direction and falls down and
Alright.
fights it a little bit and wobbles.
Yeah. I'll motion it and go shh. stay quiet. I would like to see where she came from,
Okay.
where she came to stalk,
Mm-hmm.
and she hopped down. Where'd she hop down from?
The second floor of the building that she was exiting out of.
Okay. I'd like to get in a position where I can use my 15-foot hop and get
So
up.
you go you walk around her quietly, and you hop up, and you see, essentially, you see tracks on the level where you put her to sleep,
Yeah.
of where she entered in from the other direction. You guys were walking this way, and she came into the building this way. So you see tracks coming that way, and then a little bit walking around here on the first level, and then hopping up, and there was a little bit of walking around there on that second level, and it's only like a small section of the house that's left,
Yeah.
and then just where she was perched. And
Is that a temporary spot where she's been? Or was it somewhere where she's nested or whatever?
it doesn't look like there's a nest there, no.
So she doesn't hang out there. And there's no cave next to where I can look?
No.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll hop back down. And since she hasn't been anywhere further from her truck now, and I'll say, okay, guys, I just want to see if there was a whole family of them, maybe a cave or something where we could investigate further. But it was apparently stalking to catch some prey. This happens to be a ledge it saw us from. So, nothing more to see here. So, we can leave her there. So,
How long does the sleep last?
I think 30 hours. 8 minutes.
Okay.
So, I thought I had something different and I didn't see it. I said, fine, just put it to sleep. I thought I had it, but apparently I didn't. So, I'm irritated. Okay. Alright then we'll continue to go to that large building.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I had it. I didn't. Okay.
You guys go and you find the large building, like I said, broken like all the other buildings. But it looks to be more of like a main building for the town where the city council supposedly probably would have been, or whatever ruling type of government that they have, or whatever system that they use for towns and whatnot. This is more than likely where they would meet, or a town hall, so to speak.
Okay.
Any books and stuff, or they cleaned the place out if they left?
Going through the inside
That's
of
why I wanna
the
go
building and whatnot, there doesn't seem to be any books that remain, and anything that would be like parchment or books or whatever would be ruined from
The elements.
years of element damage and whatnot.
Okay. All right. So, looking at this, does it look like they were sane when they left, or in a hurry?
Doesn't look like they're in a hurry. Just looks like everybody just packed up and left.
So, what I mean is packed up. When you say, why would they leave books behind, or information?
Or didn't they?
There's not really. I mean, there are like going through, and even if you like shuffle through some of the snow and whatnot, and looking at some of the areas, it looks like they would have had desks and whatnot. And if there's some drawers that aren't broken, and opening the drawers, there would be some parchment in there. You can tell that there was writing on it at some time, but it more than likely was something that they considered unimportant, or somebody just forgot that they left it in the drawer.
But anything of great value of knowledge and whatever has been taken.
Yeah, but like if
That's
it
what
was
I wanna-
more than likely
Okay.
just records of like somebody paid for this or whatever.
Well, we need to know, but
or like
right.
a deed to a house or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're leaving your town and probably never coming back, at least in your lifetime. So having the deed to your home is probably not that important, especially if you're leaving it behind.
To some people, sure. Some people sentimental, or even think about maybe my kin in time could come back or whatever, and there's a title to that, the connection. But that's up to whoever. Okay, so there's no information there. Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So we basically go through the big building and we find what you said what it's used for, and the important stuff of their culture they've removed. There's no maps, no nothing.
There's not really
Correct.
much remnants of anything.
Is there wording on the walls or something? Like some people inscribe over the doorway, chiseled in or written out and things like that.
There is
Can you draw that?
writing that you'd find scattered about for. You don't know what it says, but it looks elven. But where it's located resembles like labeling for like a room, like office or
Yeah. Does
something like
does
that.
it look dwarven or
It's
elven?
elven.
It's elven, and it's not a Sylvan or whatever or the.
You are in a country that is run by
Oh, that's fine.
dusk dwarves and
And other races.
Dark.
All right.
elves. So
And that would include this location, not like, oh, these were people who were run out by those people.
They're run out by a creature.
that's why all the houses are either dwarven motif or
Mhm.
elven motif.
Because they were
but
the only ones that
they're
accepted.
different in what you guys are used to for typical dwarves or elven, looking buildings.
So why don't I have that? It's 5th level, isn't it? Or I even have it. Oh, I don't have it here because I can't do 5th level. Okay. Where's the other one? Only because, but that's all we see, little ticket signs of. So it isn't like some big language thing that might give information. All right, I'm done. We'll go.
But it looks elven.
Yeah. It's a hint. Yeah. So they were the ones in charge here.
Which matches what you guys were told and the information you've been given. For
Yeah, and
this.
some of the buildings though
area.
were both types,
Mhm.
but the elven seemed to be the major
The
one.
dark elves are always prominent, and the second
Yeah.
class
Yeah.
is the dwarves.
Dwarves, right? Okay, all right. Okay, that's fine. I'm just looking up tongues. That's all.
Would you like to make a collection of them? Is that...
Yeah, I'm going orc nowadays. Yeah. Because I think that's a 5th level, so, and I don't have 5th level. So. Anyways, I'll do it later to surprise you.
Okay.
Okay, we're done looking in that building. There's nothing else. Is there another big building, or is that the only?
Just that one.
Okay. All right.
So we're done in this town.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
So we don't even know the name of it. I was hoping that it would, show that. So Festus
There is a sign at the very start of the town, but again, it's an Elvish that you don't know.
Do you want to draw a
Oh.
picture of it? Or write?
Can we
what was
write
on
it down? Or
Yeah.
just copy
Yeah.
the,
Yeah, I like that. You
Yeah.
guys have a
Yeah.
good idea. That's good.
and then we can
Get
try
them
and
on a
get
piece of
translated
paper.
somewhere else.
It's-
Big piece
Yeah.
of paper.
yeah.
As you guys are walking through, exiting the town, as you get close to the outskirts and head towards the exit of the town, you see yet again probably the same snow panther, but it kind of like walks into the middle of the street and stands there like sideways as you guys are going down the street. And
Like Chance, he blocks your way.
yeah,
Oh, so it's
and
in
it
front of us, not
Yeah.
behind us.
yeah, and it's in front of you, and just kind of eyes you guys, and then eventually like sits down and just sits there with its
Okay.
paws.
Well, when we're leaving, or do we have to pass it?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll non-aggressively just walk towards it.
Okay. It just sits there and takes you guys in as you come
Okay.
and approach it.
What other footprints did it leave behind since the time that passed? He got up from his nap.
It got up and then essentially came right over to where
Okay,
near the
alright.
exit was.
Okay.
Almost like it knew you guys were exiting there somehow.
because it's the only way to go.
Are there multiple entrances?
Not that we know of. That's what I was trying to see where it came from, to see if it might have came up from a cave.
And as you guys approach them, like you get within, an arm's length or so, you guys pass by, but as Kara gets close,
Yeah, Carl.
it kind of stands up and
You really? Yeah, slap us hard with that, aren't you?
like nuzzles up
We
against
coulda killed
Kara
it.
and does the purring and whatnot.
Yeah, we
as
could have
Kara
killed that thing.
walks by.
Yeah, I was just being nice to it. So.
And Oak doesn't seem to mind it either.
Slap them both in that.
Or is he in the necklace?
I don't
'Cause
know.
of
is
how
he-
cold
he's
it
probably
is.
in the
No, he's-
necklace.
Well, I don't think so because we want that wearing off. We've been into town a couple times, so and it's been a couple days. So,
So it's a couple
the
days of
negatives
sleep.
are
Yeah,
done.
it would have been 2 nights already.
Yeah,
Guys, so,
so
his exhaustion's gone by this
yeah,
point.
I would have slapped him in the necklace. He's healed.
Yeah.
His exhaustion's
And you
gone.
have-
Well, he doesn't have any element protection either. So
Right.
He's got fur.
That's,
yeah,
but not for here.
it's gonna be for now. He'd be fine.
Yeah.
It's similar to
Sure, but right now
Raylog,
it's no big
as you
deal.
guys get closer, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
problem.
and we're not. So yeah. All right. So Kara gets a suck up. So she's gonna.
You knew
enjoy
it was
that.
coming.
Yeah, I know. She's
You
gonna
knew it was
enjoy that.
coming.
She's gonna enjoy that.
She rolled it. She rolled a mountain lion, but you guys are going here, so she gets a snow panther.
That's cool though.
It is cool.
Will you stop doing cool things? That's cool.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
It is. Yeah. Man, we could have
Well,
killed
Call
I
it.
it
like
snowflake.
lizards. I think lizards.
You could have had a nice robe or something out of that snow leopard. We could just, but we were nice to it. But now it's a walking robe. So there you go. That's cool. All right.
I rolled initially, and I was like, no. It was an eagle. I was like,
Yeah. The
I'll
way.
let her.
But it'd
I'm
be
like,
the
no,
bird that's
I'm
on
like,
her.
no.
Yeah, the way he
No.
treats birds, no,
I'm
it
like,
wouldn't last
nah.
long at all.
I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
I'll let her roll, and whatever she rolls,
That's what that was
That's what
all
she gets.
about. Yeah. Yeah, she had no idea what you were doing.
nope.
So, all right. Man,
Now she has a snow leopard, and now she gets to name it.
All right, very good.
All right. Well, we will pick up from there, where you guys exiting the town with your new furry companion,
Yeah.
and make your way towards Dragon's.
We just started giving her more gems, just to let you know. That's all.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next.